Yeah.
Welcome
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. Had to do it.
to the 3 Podcast, where even artists can be fans. AJ The Menace.
Shake them petty.
Badavelli.
L. Gamble.
And
Come on, Max.
welcome to episode 58.
We here.
We got puppies.
Yeah, I
We
don't know
got
why
puppies, nigga.
Hey.
We got puppies.
Hey.
We got puppies, nigga.
I feel like Trinidad James.
Oh, yeah.
On the
in
real.
video. Yeah.
My nigga.
Go watch to go.
I remember
puppies.
you were crazy about that song. I remember when
was.
that
That
song
song
was
was
Wasn't.
hitting.
Yeah, that song was hitting.
Me,
You
but I mean,
puppy.
but I like,
Said me.
but I liked it. Like it grew on me because of AJ.
Yeah, that song
No,
was
yeah,
fire.
because when we were just talking about
Because you
that
used
a
to play it
couple,
in the car and shit.
yeah, we were talking about that a couple days
Yeah,
ago,
we
and
were.
I was like, "Do you remember we saw it the night that it dropped officially?"
Not
And
me.
we saw it like the night, like within like the
On
first
Worldstar.
hour on
Yeah.
Worldstar
Oh.
Yeah.
of it dropping, and
We
I
was
saw
like,
it
yo,
one time.
who is
I was
this
like, bro, this nigga is gonna take the fuck
Yeah.
over, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
And literally the very next morning, it was
Everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It was the
That
hottest
shit
song.
was a
nigga.
banger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yo. The video was we never seen nothing like that.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
way
think
he
I've
dressed
seen
and
the
everything.
video to this
The
day.
way what?
You haven't seen the video?
I don't recall.
Don't worry,
Oh.
we'll pull it up for you.
Okay.
We'll culture you.
We'll insert it right here.
Relax. You're out of line.
Yeah.
We'll culture you. Are your contracts dry?
Yes, I'm rejuvenating them.
Nigga, scratch your ass on me. We got 2 puppies in the building. Kodak,
And
that
Princess.
finesse kid,
Hey.
and Princess.
Sorry. I'm like,
Surprised the hell out of me
Losing my
when it came in.
Sorry, y'all. We're just like doing nothing right now. Let's get back to the show.
Facts.
All right, yo, back to the show. Sorry about that, people. You know, it was only about 30 seconds though. You'd be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had a good week. You know, everybody went to Nance's show last night.
Popping.
Oh, you didn't? You
Oh,
forgot. I didn't know
wait,
you were-
last night?
Last night.
Saturday?
Yeah,
Wow.
Saturday night.
It was lit.
Nance had his album release party. Whoa, popping.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
Yeah.
totally slipped my mind. I just wanted to
It
see
was insane.
Deadpool, and that's it.
Yeah, it was insane last night, bro. It was
I
insane.
told him.
was it good?
Yeah, bro,
It was
they
good.
inspired
Yeah,
me
he
last
killed it,
night.
bro.
Who
Yeah,
else?
for
Who else
real.
performed?
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He
Jay Alta.
We missed that one.
All we saw was 3
Yeah,
a.m. and
3
the
a.m.
DJ
and
set
Nance.
before.
And yeah, and what's his name? Paza. I can't. I
Posada.
don't know. Posada.
Posada,
Thank you.
yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
positive.
But
I didn't want to
besides
say
that-
his name wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
But yeah, I mean, the house was packed. People knew the words to
Yeah.
the songs.
Yeah, yeah, it was
I
dope.
mean, motherfuckers was going, bro. He had us swag surfing in there.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice addition to his set.
Worn my little
Facts.
heart.
Yeah. It was pretty real. You know, got turned one time.
Cultured everybody in there who wasn't cultured.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
really?
They were a little confused at first. They were like, hold up.
Oh.
It's turning up for a second. This is
Yeah.
this is a thing. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was concerned for a moment because I was like, I cannot have them ruin the swag surf for me. This is like our Negro national anthem.
It was.
That
But
wipe me down.
Shout out to Nance culturing these folks out
Yes,
here.
we
'Cause
appreciate
I was like, he making sure they understand what's going on.
Nance,
crazy.
you're
That's the first thing
invited
you
to the
said to me.
cookout.
Nance is definitely
You are invited to the
Yeah, Nance is definitely
He's one
invited to
of
the
us,
cookout. Yeah. We're not gonna have no problems with you at the cookout. You're gonna feel
Yeah.
right there. They're gonna be like, hey yo man, bring that white boy back next
Yeah.
time. he was cool
I
as hell.
fuck with him.
But yeah, man, let's just jump into some of the music that's been going on this week. I've been pretty disconnected. Nance is
really?
included in the music thing. But I mean, we had Rolling Loud go down last week. I've never been to a festival, so I mean, everybody performed. You know, this is a real.
You don't say.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Everybody
a real.
on stage.
This is gonna be a real graze over. A lot of people performed.
Okay.
In the hip hop community.
Okay.
And R&B community.
Okay.
Oh.
It was live on YouTube,
Oh.
and I think it was lit.
Okay.
Hey, boom, bow. You know what I'm saying?
Boom bap.
That's what festivals are like. For those who've been to one,
They're
fill in
lit.
the rest.
They're tiring.
Sweat.
Let's go ahead and put that on the list right now. Like, what's the next festival? Oh wait, we going to Dreamville.
Dreamville.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because we can
What
go
is that
home that
again?
night.
Yeah, we sure
It's
can.
going to be in Raleigh off the in the
Dorothea Dix.
Dorothea
The
Dix.
September 15th.
September.
September.
Yeah.
I keep thinking the 19th. Jesus
Not
Christ, it's the
gonna lie.
15th.
It's not.
I got like 4 friends'
thought it was
birthday on the
October.
19th. I think that's what
Yeah,
it is.
Sharon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean the 19th. Yeah.
I hate birthdays in September. It's just way too
It's
many,
so
bro.
many,
They just
yo.
be popping
So many
the fuck
people in
up
the
and
fucking
left
town.
and right, bro. Like
I
left
got like
and
5
right.
people just off gate I can think of right now.
It's half my
saying it's
family in
more, yeah.
September. Like
Oh,
it's
really?
insane.
For me, it was
bro.
March. There was a lot of birthdays in March.
Really?
I noticed. Yeah.
December's kind of heavy too.
August is heavy for me. That's when my birthday is too. So
Yeah, my month be kind of light.
I don't know
yo.
as many August people. Even though when I was in school, August was pretty heavy though.
My month is light. I got like 2 friends and that's it in my month.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
January's chill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, January is chill. Yeah, they either pop out in December or March, I guess. One or the other.
Yeah.
But also, I think this might have happened last week when we were interviewing Johnny, but we didn't do a regular episode. So it's something that should be talked about. How Spotify has taken down all artists. Well, not all artists, but like a handful of artists because of their like
Black
charges.
artists.
Or accusations. Yeah, pretty much black artists on top of that.
Let's
So
just call it what it
R.
is.
Kelly's taken the and they haven't taken them down off of the site completely. So if you go to the artist page, you can still find it.
Right.
But when it comes to the playlists that are curated, so like which is pretty much the new radio,
Yeah.
like the curated
Where you
playlist,
wanna be.
they've been removed off of there, and it's kind of been good that it's been about a week because we haven't seen any like. Ramification. Well, there's been ramifications, of course, outlash, but like number wise. So XXXTentacion's numbers have dropped 20% since his amount of streams have dropped 20%, and XXXTentacion was doing
That's crazy.
hundreds of millions. Like
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
doing
yeah.
millions and
Yeah.
millions. So
They're taking off a playlist and you shit
yeah,
just goes
because
down.
that's like
That's
the
how
new
people
radio.
might discover
Yeah.
him.
And they were saying that when you get placed on one of those playlists, you're automatically on people's phones,
Yeah.
and it's like 10 to 15 million people.
Okay.
Right.
Like automatically, I don't ever have to search it. You're just automatically
Automatically
gonna
on
be
the
there.
playlist.
So
Yeah.
yeah, like,
And they'll just discover you.
and that's a discover you. So that's a whole lot of people that
Okay.
discover you without even trying. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, R. Kelly's been removed. I don't think anybody really cares about that. He needs to start taking these L's.
I
at
don't
some
care
point.
either. I don't know why you looking like that over there on that side.
R. Kelly needs to start taking L's, bro.
He needs
to take a lot of L's.
He's been dodging a lot of
Yo,
L's.
He's I don't know
No,
why.
He's
I
finally- he's
live
finally-
Vince
for the
Staples been on his ass
He's one of the
lately.
only
a
people
lot of
who's
people
like,
been on his head.
It's one of the only people who's had like that Teflon up that I'm like, why is
Yeah.
this shit like?
Vince
It's about-
Staples went in on him. Like,
Yeah, he
did.
Yeah,
Vince
he
went
did.
in
It was like this
Much
rapist,
needed.
rapist, and
Much
fucking
needed.
pissing on people.
But yeah,
And
it's
I
about
damn near
time
agree
R.
with
Kelly started
everything.
taking L, so could care less, honestly. TK, who's in
Who?
TK, The Run.
TK.
Y'all probably have
No idea.
Man, I was trying to beat a case.
Oh, I think I know what you're
And I'm
talking
trying to run a race.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Damn, this is funny. Meek Mill had this moment in the Breakfast Club interview when he was like, "Y'all know who TK is?" He was like, "Y'all,
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
niggas
yeah.
getting old."
Yeah, literally what he said.
yeah.
I remember that in the interview.
Literally,
yeah,
like he
yeah.
brought
Same
TK
thing
up.
he said.
Everybody was like, "Who the fuck is that?" He was
Yeah.
like, "Damn, y'all niggas getting old."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reflect that to y'all. You know?
Yeah. No,
Meek-
well,
I
for
feel
me,
like
it's
Meek
true.
trying to talk to the Breakfast Club.
Whatever.
I know.
Right.
I'll take it because I'm actually old. So
Yeah, yeah.
It's funny because she's not.
He's gonna point a finger at me like that. Too.
Right.
Disrespectful.
Hey, he definitely just deflected all that shit to you. Yo.
did, he
all
did.
that shit was
He
deflected
said-
right to you.
said,
I'm gonna
"I'ma
take this
own
energy
that."
and reciprocate right here, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
hold that.
But yeah, man. So it's like a lot of the white artists. That's the biggest problem with it. They started this slippery slope because
Yeah. So what's up with the white artists? Like a lot of them.
none of them
get-
have been taken down.
None.
No.
Yeah,
And
that's a lot of people.
it's
have
really
no action for
yeah.
it.
It's really just the
I'm trying
main
to think
thing.
of if like have any of them do.
Which I'm
done
sure there's
anything.
plenty of white artists who have any sort of charge. And I mean, some of these people's charges haven't even been, they haven't been convicted of them yet
Right.
either. So technically, R. Kelly's never been convicted.
Right.
XXXTentacion still hasn't officially been convicted.
It's just
Right.
allegations.
TK is in jail and has not officially been convicted. He's in jail. I guess he's got one step above everybody
Everybody
else. You know
else.
what I mean? One next level, but
Yeah.
even they're taking down artists who haven't even been, hadn't even had their due process yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But we live in that time anyway. I
Exactly.
mean, we live in
That's
a guilty,
until proven
Until
innocent.
proven
innocent. Yeah, yeah.
And then
exactly.
when you
rules
are
matter
proven
anymore.
innocent, we still
Just
don't give a
one
fuck.
person just needs to go,
And-
hey, he touched me inappropriately. Boom, your career's done.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Facts.
Yeah,
No,
so-
no proof or anything.
Public opinion will always rule. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Ruin
Twitter
your
said
whole
that if
career.
they take
Until
all those
otherwise.
people down, they need to take Solange down too, and I was fucking weak.
Why is that though?
Wait, what?
Because
Yeah, why?
when she,
Tell me what.
because her and Jay Z, a domestic. Well, it's not domestic. It's
Oh,
wait. What are you talking about? Her and Jay Z? You talking about the
In
old
the
fight?
elevator,
The
yeah.
fight in the elevator?
Now though?
I mean,
Man,
you
get
could
outta
say
here.
the same. Well, I guess not.
Okay, it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long
R.
ago.
Kelly keep a fresh allegation.
Yeah. Facts. Facts.
He's like, oh, y'all ain't heard about me in a while.
Let me do
Touch
this.
some
what?
girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I got him locked up at the crib right now.
I got them in the dungeon. They haven't had water for 4 days.
Terrible.
So R. Kelly make sure we know he got a fresh
Yeah.
allegation. He
Yeah,
got something hot around him at all times.
I'm gonna pull up this video of him for y'all. Me and my roommate were talking about it today.
But,
it's him
uh,
on stage talking about who's coming home with me. All you gotta do is be 18, and he has a big ass sign that says like. 18.
Oh hell no, that's disgusting. I
Yo,
don't
so
wanna-
you telling
I
me
don't
this
From
nigga
here
turned all
on
his
out?
allegations into a fucking like
It's
promo?
real.
Like
no, that
ad?
video is from like the 90s.
That's why R. Kelly is
really?
always good. He's always good for like Boondocks type of content.
Yeah.
they
Because
used to
it's
go
so
in and do it.
ridiculous,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
like he does shit like this, like just so proud. Like,
with
you know
the
what I mean?
pink mask.
Yeah, like just so proud of it. You know what I mean? So it's,
Yeah.
The mask.
Yeah,
So you
that whole episode in the court.
it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
And you had everybody dancing. Yeah, good.
But yeah, man, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see where this could possibly go. We've seen XXX and Tashion's the only numbers that I mean, obviously everybody else's numbers have been affected. He's the
Yeah.
only one that they have a distinct 20% effectiveness. It's going to be interesting to see where that goes. It's
I
kind of
wanna see
real.
what's gonna happen with
And
that.
how savage are you really going to get? Are you just going to hold this for the black artists?
Right.
Which a
And how long
lawsuit-
are we talking about it? Like, are you like removing this indefinitely? Or
Exactly.
What's going
Yeah.
on? Like,
There's no real
you know what I
rules
mean?
to it. They just know that they just made a straight statement saying, "I'm taking you down because of this."
Yeah. So
Right.
what did the statement entail? Like, is it just say that we're taking this down, or did it like?
I
what
can't
was
remember exactly what the statement said, but it was pretty much just like the statement pretty much was like whatever public opinion thinks. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
And that's
yeah,
it.
it was like one of those statements.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, and when you think about it, I guess white artist stuff isn't where hip hop is the most popular thing in the world.
At the
Absolutely.
So
moment, yep.
even if a white artist does have some sort of these allegations, they're probably not going to spread like a hip hop story will.
That's
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
That's
So there's probably plenty. Of course, there has to be plenty.
Well,
that
yeah,
happen,
someone
you
made
know
a
what I
whole
mean?
list of several
Yeah.
white artists across
And I'm
multiple
sh-
genres. If you're going to take down R. Kelly stuff,
Exactly.
you're going to
Take
take
down
down
this,
this
yeah,
person,
yeah,
this
yeah,
person,
yeah.
this
Exactly.
person.
Yeah. So
So it's a
like-
popularity thing, like popularity.
That's what I'm
popular allegations.
But I
or
mean,
some shit?
it's all of this shit is politics anyway, always. Because
Yeah, it's all
when you look
politics.
at it, man, like that nigga Trump got a lot of shit on his plate. He still ain't
He's
getting
still
hit for
president,
nothing.
so-
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
So
true.
Oh
it's
my
like-
God! Yeah,
You
he
know what
has
I'm saying?
a lot
Like,
of shit on
he
him.
hit for
Yeah.
nothing
People wanna
right now.
talk about it.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like, you know, let's see what happens.
Yeah,
let's see
yeah,
if I don't think any of the streaming platforms are gonna follow suit.
No.
I think they're gonna let Spotify hang themselves. on
Yeah,
that
I
one.
think they are,
so
yeah.
they just gonna sit back
Apple
and be
Music's
like,
probably like.
They like we finally back in the
imagine
game.
those numbers
They're gonna
that
get that
boosted.
clout.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, 'cause
Like,
you know,
they're
Spotify was taking it over.
yeah, and they probably the record labels are probably doing some sort of situation where they're like, okay, you want to do that, but Spotify playlists are bigger than Apple Radio.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then like
the
Spotify,
moment.
that's why Spotify can't go nowhere because, and they're like the top contender because
Yep.
their playlists are like superior.
Point
And I think it's just because they were the first in the market with it.
with the playlist idea.
With the playlist idea,
and,
yeah.
and even for artists with all the tracking, artists push all their like fan base to Spotify because they can track what's going
Music-wise,
on.
yeah, they can track it better.
They can track it better because Apple they're just now rolling out something where artists can track all their shit.
They just started rolling out podcast
That's
tracking.
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
So do
I've
you
been
think
having
maybe in
like-
a year or two, like, or maybe in the next 5 years, maybe they'll skyrocket?
Depending on how long this Spotify removing artist thing goes and how deep it goes, they could lose their number one position to this, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I can
doubt
see
it.
that.
Depending on how long this goes on. You know what I mean? Like if they kind of fix it and clean it up, how they
do it.
how they're going to decide
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
it. Like
yeah.
if we're
Yeah.
talking convictions, that's a little bit more
Yeah.
fair. But then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
still got to be more than one just black people. So
Yeah. yeah.
they got to clean a lot of stuff up, you
Yeah,
know. And
yeah.
depending on if they let this go for like a year or two, Apple might pull up past it. So who knows?
Yeah.
But what else happened? So Everyday Struggle return. I'm kind of happy about that.
You say return. I didn't even know they were gone.
Yeah, facts.
I noticed it was
Because I never used to watch.
I stopped watching them.
Yeah, I stopped
Yeah,
watching
I-
when,
Yeah, when
Joe
Joe left.
When
left.
Joe left,
Yeah.
I stopped watching it for a while, and then I jumped back on it.
Yeah.
And I like Wayne.
Star was
I
on
like
there,
Wayne.
right?
I like Star. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
told me
Star.
you like Star, yeah.
yeah, I'm a Star fan. Like I know he said shit that's just completely just out of control.
I haven't
but
seen much of the.
I don't know
episodes with
enough
Star.
about him to really have an opinion, but
I used to listen to Star when we was up in Philly. We used to
you
listen
showed
to
me
Star.
one thing about him that
Star and
one,
Buck Wilder show in Philly.
What was that shit you showed me that was fucking? It was hilarious. I can't think of it. It should definitely be shouted out so people can go watch that fucking scene. It was the interview with him and Tax.
Taxstone,
Yeah.
yeah,
Somebody-
him and
everybody go listen to
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That
that's
shit
true.
is-
Yeah,
that shit is funny.
yeah, that's like both of them at their best.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
Yeah.
that's both of them at their best.
Yeah.
Extremely hard to listen to for some people. You might not make it through the whole thing because we're talking,
Why?
we're talking no filter, bro.
Yeah,
Oh.
Talking
100%
no filter.
No filter.
And I mean, saying all the possibly wrong things. Like,
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
like no filter, but talk about entertainment though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that completely raw, like no filter entertainment.
Yeah.
Crazy, like insane shit. But it's just so funny to me, you know. But
Yeah.
they're coming back, but Star's not going to be on it. Only it's going to be just Nadeska, Academics, and Wayno, which at this point I think I might actually start pulling out. And right on time because Joe Budden, play, nigga. I'm not with that pause game.
Yeah, play.
That's the first time I heard it was Joe Budden podcast, the pause thing. I was like,
Yeah,
what is it? What is it?
it's been going on for so long.
It's-
I just can't
it's
keep
long time.
up with it because you know what? I feel like once you start playing, people get out of control with it real quick. So
Yeah.
I
a lot of things turn into pause for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
hey,
I'd be
you
like-
guys, I'm gonna take a shower. Pause.
yeah.
like,
That's
bruh,
why I try to
why-
extinguish
But I
it.
was
Why did that make you think some shit like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add the extra song.
What'd she say?
Oh,
I didn't even hear it. What'd she say?
She
said that was valid.
I was correct.
I got a lot of neck motion for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wish I could record that shit because that was like a whole.
That was
Yeah, that was crazy. I can't do that. I'm glad
just
I can't.
chirp. Go ahead, chirp.
Cardi does that
Hey,
thing
real
so
quick.
effortlessly. Yeah.
She got that for like Bird, right?
Who?
The Kardashians have been doing it for a while.
The chirp?
Really? Kardashians do that?
Yeah.
Hold the fuck up. I've
Yeah.
seen several episodes of the Kardashian show.
Chloe.
I've never seen a Kardashian show, so
No,
I definitely
Chloe's
wouldn't
doing a
know.
lot.
Low key Chloe's a Bird though.
I
Low key.
don't know about low key, maybe high key.
All right, but oh yeah, like I said, I probably won't last too long with the academics and Wayno just because they're not that fun together. I mean, then it's just not enough. Joe Budden is coming back. He finally signed the contract to Revolt,
Yeah.
and we have the state of hip hop.
Yeah. And
Drop
when is
it.
that drop?
I don't know when it's gonna drop.
Yeah,
They
'cause
just
I didn't-
released that it's like official though, so
Yeah.
I don't think they've released a
I
release.
just saw a trailer for it. And
They
that was
haven't
it.
Does
released
anybody
it.
know his bag? Does anybody know
Oh,
the bag?
Oh my god, disrespectfully high, bruh. Disrespect.
I need to
just
know the bag.
ridiculously high, bruh. Joe Budden as a radio personality is gonna make more money than he ever made in music.
Yes.
Yeah, oh,
I think
yeah,
he's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
pass it like
100,
easily
100%.
because it's like I was just never a fan of his music. But
As
Rick-
a
I
lot
might
of
The
have
only
people
bought-
song I
say,
know is Pump It
Pump It
Up.
Up. That,
I think
a
I
lot of
bought-
people will tell you that right now. That's
And
the
I
exact
bought
thing.
his
Because
first
it's
album.
You got
And I've
served.
tried to listen to some
exactly.
other shit, but
Yeah,
it
that's
was
a
like,
fact. Yeah, that's a fact. I had the You Got Served soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
I bought his album, the first album with Pump It Up. I think
Yeah.
I bought the album. I
Can
don't
you name
remember.
another song from the album?
He can't.
Fire.
He just made that up.
Only, no, no, no.
You look
like you made
That could be any hip hop song.
Did you hear him stutter?
You made that shit up. You made that up. I appreciate you going for him. No. You went
It
hard
could
for him.
possibly be something else with fire in it. It's probably not just fire, but the only reason why I know
So
that
it's
is
not
because
Untitled.
it.
You
that
just
could be
confirmed you
true.
have no idea what
But
you talk about.
It's because it was featuring Busta Rhymes. That's why I knew.
Oh,
And it was
okay,
it had a
Which
video
makes
for
sense.
it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gravitated
yeah,
to
yeah.
that
So,
one.
but I knew it just had fire in the title.
In the title?
Fucking
So I was like,
really.
fire.
Fire.
You did stumble
I know it
over
has fire in it.
And then he's like this. Yeah. Y'all heard that?
Anybody?
You fucked up for there, yeah? You fucked up for that.
But I don't remember any other song from the album.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
and-
any of them at all.
and I know
so
his,
I don't even remember that one with fire.
His mood musics.
I tried to listen to one of those.
I try to listen.
Yeah.
I listened to two of them. And
Nah,
I was
I
just
didn't
like,
get that far.
ah,
His
just-
mood
To know
music.
for me.
Mood music is for him. Those are the ones that were like his huge projects. His mixtapes, like where people will like argue that they're classics. Like I can't remember which one. Like maybe Mood Music 2 or 3. I
That
don't
people
remember.
say are like classic Joe, but like classic.
Yeah,
fire
like cemented. Like
project,
they could be
yeah.
like ranked with the top
Top.
mixtapes
Yeah.
of ever in
Really?
hip hop. Yeah, that's what they say.
that's what they
Yeah.
say.
I feel like
And-
only people from Jersey like Joe Budden.
Nah, man, Joe Budden got pulled.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
I mean, we
And
saw.
he got bars too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
No,
good.
That's
He's got-
nobody.
yeah.
Nobody can take that from him. He
Yeah.
has bars. He just have good songs.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the thing.
personally for
but
songs,
he knows
the
that too.
songs.
He said that.
Yeah,
He said he
that's-
was not
yeah.
good at making songs, but he could just spit bars.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So that's the thing with Joe Budden. But I mean, Joe Budden as a radio personality, I fuck with the nigga. So,
Oh, yeah. So do
it's
I.
good. Yeah, it's
He
good.
grew on me. At first, I was like, remember I
low-
told you I was threatened?
I was
'Cause
in
just
and
like,
out.
shit, I wouldn't want to meet that guy because he seemed like an asshole. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
But
Very intense.
yeah, but see, but
I
over
know. I enjoy it though.
over time, he's softened his
He
image.
has. He's
you
gotten
know?
better. Yeah.
He
I
seems
mean,
approachable
a
now.
kid will do that.
Yeah, he's
Me
approachable.
personally,
Yeah,
with
that's
him,
A child will do that.
it wasn't
He
more
has a-
like
he has a kid.
I just
Oh.
I couldn't believe
No,
his
this is
persona
before,
at first.
before the kid.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he has a
got better
child?
way
But
before
she
the
was
kid,
saying
yeah.
that a kid might soften
Oh
you
yeah,
up.
that's true.
So-
Yeah,
Oh.
he's probably got a even softer now.
Okay, now I was gonna say I just don't think I couldn't believe his persona at first. Like I didn't know that was really him.
Yeah.
I was just like, he's definitely putting on. You know what I'm saying? And I just saw it consistently for long enough
Keeps
to where
that
I was
same
like,
energy, bro.
that's how he is, bro.
Because you know what it really
Yeah.
was? What helped me liking him was when he was going back and forth with Charlemagne, and then he finally came to the break. He came to the podcast a couple times.
I remember that.
And
remember
when he was like, when he asked Charlemagne, he was like, "Do you really think something's off with me up here?"
Yeah.
Charlemagne was like, "Bro, you're not right, bro. Something, you're crazy, bro."
So okay,
Something
so
ain't
there's
right
a
with
thing.
you."
There's a thing.
And then he was like, "Oh man, I'm really just being myself." I was like, "Okay, this nigga, he's just
Yeah.
being himself.
Yeah,
I get it
yeah,
now.
yeah,
like
yeah.
he don't realize he lost, right? Like, but he could just go so ham with the
But he's
lost
admitted
shit.
that. He's admitted he's had like drug problems
Oh, yeah,
and
all type of
anxiety and depression.
But okay, so the only thing that used to bother me about Joe Budden was listening to him was cool because sometimes he'll make valid points.
As
a lot of
hell,
times,
yeah.
actually, to be
Yeah.
honest. But then I'd hear him like when somebody somebody's challenging his point, he'd defend it so much. He'd say something, and then they challenge it really well, and then he'll defend it a different way, and they'd be like, but you just said this, and he'd be like, I didn't say that, and I'd be like, nigga, I heard you say that.
And he has a bad memory.
That's the only
He has a bad, every time he'll go off on a tangent, he'll be like,
me up,
what was
because I was
that
like, but you did say that though, bro. So that's the only thing used to fuck me up. But
yeah, when he argues about like certain times when he's arguing, I don't like listening to him because I'll be like, bruh, you're trying to do anything to win.
Sometimes
this
to win
match.
his,
you're trying to do anything to win this argument.
Yeah. Which
But
I
think you just
understand.
took this
So as long as you know that, it doesn't bother you as much.
Right.
But he was good at getting under your skin just through listening.
One of the
which is crazy.
funniest things that happened that made me laugh out loud on his podcast is when he said, it was what happened? I think it was like the Oscars had just happened. And he was like, yo, everybody, why is Joey Lawrence still fine? And everybody was like, excuse me?
I remember that. I remember that
like, why is
episode,
Joey
yeah.
Lawrence still fine? It's like, wait, is Joey a guy? It's like, no, it's a girl. It's like, Joey Lawrence. And then somebody in the back was like, you mean Jennifer Lawrence? And he's like, oh, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I remember that.
I just kept rewinding it because when he said Joey Lawrence, he said that shit hard.
Like,
He did, and
everybody
he knew what he was
clueless.
talking about.
They were looking at him
Everybody was
like, bro,
what?
You all right, bro?
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to do this on air, bro. Like,
I might put that shit on Instagram if I find that episode.
yeah, that shit.
Just that
It
clip.
was about a month ago. It was just on the table. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. Music wise that I have that went on pretty much. We can jump into this ride out. Skirt.
Wow.
Yeah. And for the ride out this week, my song is going to be, because I don't think I've made it this yet. It was going to come at some point.
Okay.
This is my favorite song.
Okay.
By one of my favorite artists.
Okay.
Song that needs to be played at my funeral. You know
Okay.
it.
Oh, shit, really?
Platinum Chanel by Dom Kennedy.
Fire.
Oh, really?
Fire.
Yeah.
Play that as you
Platinum
send to him.
Chanel.
Yeah. He's
What am I, bro? I don't know what it is. That song, bar for bar, is just the shit, nigga.
Oh,
It's
shit.
just shit. I just love it, man. I just
Yeah.
love it, and that's it. I need that at my funeral, yo. Run fades if they don't play it, yo.
I got you.
Yeah. That and don't let them give me an open casket. I'm not with that shit.
Why
Oh,
not?
shit.
Nah, I'm not with it. If
I'm 100%
gone,
with it.
Me too.
I'm not. Look, just so y'all know, don't let that happen for me.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that.
But yeah,
We
man,
respecting your wishes, brother.
we're gonna
Yeah.
play that. And it's about that weather time that this song is gonna be on repeat a lot more, just because that weather, it's that West Coast shit, you know.
Yeah.
So you like to hear it? Here it go.
And we're back.
Oh my god.
Kill him.
What you
Yeah.
got?
Mine, remember the Vince Staples video you showed us last
Oh,
weekend,
yeah.
I think?
Yeah.
And then at the very end,
that song
it was a white family watching,
Everything through the
people.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of this video I used to see a lot on MTV in 1998. And it was by an artist named Everlast. And
That sounds really familiar.
Okay.
yeah, it was a white guy.
Uh-huh.
And he sort of, the song is called What It's Like.
I know that
And
song.
you know that song? Okay. Yeah. And, the guy, like, House of Pain, jump around.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
is the lead singer of that, or the lead rapper or whatever.
Uh-huh.
He went so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
I feel like
right.
I feel like
Your
I
ad-lib
unlocked
game
an
is on
achievement because I actually knew
Yeah.
Shane's song.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Your ad lib game is popping right now.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, that was ad libbing. Yeah. Wait, what was I saying? Everlast. Yeah. So yeah. Joe Budden. Exactly. See, old nigga shit. Memories. What was I saying? Everlast. So in the late '90s, he went as Everlast, and it's sort of like folk music with a hip hop thump to him. So he'll be playing like an acoustic guitar, and it'll have like and all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
So this song is like that. In the song, it's about he's telling a story about like what putting yourself in other people's shoes. So in the first verse, he's talking about what it's like to be like a homeless guy, and in the second verse, he's talking about like this girl who falls in love with a boy, and then the boy impregnates her and then abandons her, and then he's basically saying, if you only had to walk a mile in her shoes, then you really know what it's like to have to choose, because then she wasn't sure if she wanted to keep the baby and all that shit. Third verse, I can't remember what the third verse is about, but there was another story. Cut to the end. At the end, the three characters he was talking about come up to this. They meet on a street corner. Then they look into a store window, and in the store window is the perfect white family eating dinner together.
Oh,
shit.
shit.
So it's the opposite of what happened in the Vince
yeah.
Staples video. So it's the people outside who's just looking at this perfect family in the store and just like, damn, like
That's your life.
That's the life that the family life that we all wish we had, but it's just that's just not realistic.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah, so that video just reminded me of that, and that's just it's a song
I'm
about
about to
empathy.
Empathy?
Yeah, empathy. It's a song about empathy and putting yourself in other people's shoes.
Oh, it's about empathy.
Yeah.
I thought you said empathy. I thought it was Everlast.
What's the name of the song though?
No, yeah, it's Everlast.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, but the song is about empathy.
I'm weak.
Yeah, so if you
I'm
like
about
to
to watch
hear
that.
it, here it goes.
God damn, boy, did y'all hear that?
Did you say
hear
That was that was
Did you hear
perfect.
I like to.
Empathy. I felt that. Like I felt
Yeah.
for you when you said it.
Yeah,
Jesus
fact.
Christ.
it's a deep video. You don't get much video. I mean, like if it came out today, it would be like underground gem.
Yeah,
Are you gonna
yeah.
say it this week?
No.
Okay.
She's gonna say it. Go ahead.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna make her say, it. Go ahead.
I'm about to add another song too. Go ahead.
You can do that?
You'll,
Wait,
you'll understand.
That's not the
after-
rules.
You'll understand. You'll understand after I add. Go
Anarchy.
ahead.
Okay, well then that's fine because my musical energy is like a whole album. I mean, I'm gonna pick one song.
Yeah, please pick one song.
I'm gonna pick one
yeah.
Put all 14 songs.
But it's a whole album. So I'm going with the album B-Day by Beyonce. That has been my energy. I think it's a summertime thing. I'm just feeling real summertime fine these days. I told you I might be ready to ruin someone's son's life.
You did say that earlier.
I did say that in the best way possible.
There's no way to ruin somebody.
Because-
the best way possible.
Because that's a
It's
great
like,
thing.
oh, she ruined my life
He would be a willing
positively.
participant
Oh yeah.
in me ruining his life.
That's how you feel.
Yeah.
Well, he
good
thinks he'd be a
energy.
ruining.
That's
He
good-
thinks
that's
he'd
good
be a
energy.
willing participant until you ruin it. Then he'll be like, "Why did I
it
ever
would be-
participate?"
It's good energy because you have a lot of confidence in that.
It
So
would
that's
be.
good.
I don't want to use the word I want to use because it's going to sound.
Just use it
It
because
would
nobody
be a
cares.
pleasurable experience for me to ruin your life.
Oh, so you really just want to dog a nigga?
Yeah, that's all it sounds
Who
like.
hurt you?
No,
Fact.
not even. No, it's like mutually beneficial. I promise.
You just said you just said you're ruining his life. That's not mutually
in
beneficial.
in a good way.
How was that benefit? Wait.
I know.
You know what?
I said what I said. Nene Leakes
I'm not
voice.
gonna. Hey, I'm gonna let you. Do
This
what
is when
do.
you should refer to Joe Budden tactics. I know exactly what I said. I said it's going to be mutually beneficial. Like, that's what Joe Budden would do.
He might ruin my
Right,
life
right.
too. It's okay.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's mutually.
Oh, so it could
dissatisfying.
possibly go both
Sure.
ways.
She
We'll
hasn't
go with
fully,
that.
she hasn't fully committed to ruining anybody's life yet.
In a good way.
I think you have a. Nah, you don't have a good heart. I'm playing. you saw her face. You saw her face.
I feel attacked. So I'm gonna pick a song, and I'm gonna go with Kitty Cat.
I've never heard that song.
It's just basically about Beyonce talking about how this man has not been appreciating her vagina. So
That's what I say. It sounds like straight
she's
coochie. So-
What era of Beyonce are we talking with this
B-Day.
album?
So
I
think
know
like
what era,
Deja
though.
Vu, Upgrade You.
Got you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Basically, let's
like
go little Kitty
08,
Cat. He
oh
don't
yeah,
want more.
yeah.
Basically, he's not been treating her appropriately, and she knows that
He
you
ain't
know
been kissing it.
the nookie is
Yeah.
A1. So let's go little Kitty Cat.
God damn.
Word.
Yeah,
Facts.
that's that. I'm not saying it.
Come on.
Take care of the cats out there.
We're waiting.
We're all waiting for you.
You like to hear? Meow.
Here we go.
Here it goes.
Here you go.
I'm fucking weak.
Meow.
Since you won't do it, we just get ridiculous with her.
Exactly. Just add the extra juice of
Here we
hers
go.
until she does it.
I will not.
You did. I got you on camera one time doing it.
Oh yeah, maybe you
So
could just
that's
you
all
could just
I need.
replay that
And
that
I'm
clip.
gonna loop it. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna loop it. 'Cause I'm
She'll be
bringing
wearing
back every
different
time.
clothes and
I got
everything.
it in a 1 minute clip. I'm gonna throw a nice little reset on it,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna have it reset right when you say, "I hated it."
yeah.
I hate you. You know that meme of the girl with the ponytail and the tight
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
remember.
funny.
That's how I feel right
What a
now.
trash ponytail. But
Yeah.
on to your
That
song.
drove crazy. Man,
Double
I was just looking for when the song came out, so I could tell you the exact time frame when
Okay.
it came out.
So we could feel where you were feeling back then.
Yeah,
Oh.
but
Ooh,
the
did you see
problem
that
is
body language?
the problem
You
is
understood.
I feel like the problem is I can never find the song anywhere I go. But I found it the other day
Oh, okay.
on my computer, and I know you have it on your computer. That's why I'm putting it on here because you'll be able to. If you don't have it on your computer, it's okay.
I know
'cause
what it
have the
is.
Flash drive.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you already know.
I
'Cause
already
we played
know.
it the other day, and this song was just an anthem for us when it came out.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
complete anthem.
Yes, sir.
It was an underground group.
It's a
that was-
mixtape.
It was a mixtape. It was actually on a compilation mixtape
Yeah.
where
Of
we
the whole
found
group.
it. For
Yep.
yeah. And it's not. You're not gonna find it. I just Googled it. It's not there. It's not Google.
No,
So
sorry, I was being
He's like,
nosy.
don't
Damn, I was
ruin my
looking
surprise.
at my
It's
bad.
okay.
He's
It's
like, don't
okay.
ruin
I'll
my
pull up my
surprise.
text next for you. That's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I need to know who's texting us.
Yeah, for sure. That's
Whoa,
us.
that
Wait a
sounded-
minute, that's
That shit
big
was-
term.
That shit was scary.
Relax.
That's a
You're
joke.
not that special.
All right. Anyway, so my song. So
Not even how I do it.
So this record though is like I apologize for anybody who's looking for a hook because it's not hooks. It's all
None.
bars. All bars.
All bars.
Okay.
Hey, my
It's-
song's all bars too.
Yeah.
Works out
It's,
perfectly.
oh yeah, sure is.
Yup.
It's called "Go In" by Fly Union. If you've never heard of Fly Union, that shit is fire. I'm crazy.
Sounds like a bunch of
Maybe.
farts.
This shit's fire.
Those were trumpets.
Trust
For those
me.
of you-
Yeah, just
straight trumpet.
just to clarify.
Straight trumpets.
Yeah.
Fire record. I think anybody who listens to it will automatically get the energy. But at the time, it was at that time where we talking about we listened to like Cool Kids and shit like that.
Ah.
It a
This
time
was
where-
08. This was
Yeah.
07,
Yeah,
08.
yeah.
Yeah. So we were
No,
listening
it was
to that
08,
09.
definitely. 08, 09.
Yeah. And we're listening to this kind of shit, and it's the kind of shit where it's like, it's not what's popping, but it's like, this has got to be the wave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Yeah.
how we felt
Setting the
about
tone.
these. Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
we
New
felt about these
generation.
records. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when
So-
you heard it, you knew immediately, like, this is what hip hop is going to.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
Yeah. And you had to feel that. So, you know what I'm saying? You like
gets
to
you
hear
hype.
it.
I never worked
I
out
was about
to
to
it.
do it.
Oh, yeah.
No,
that's
I was just saying, I never worked out
He
to that
took his
song.
moment.
He took my fucking moment.
My moment.
Sorry. Let's run it back.
Oh my gosh.
You like to hear it. Here it go.
And with,
Anyway, yeah,
And I know y'all feel that energy.
it
I
came
know you
back.
feel it. Tell me that don't want to make you just go out and just do a rocky run for 14
Shut
miles.
the fuck up.
and get a
Run
heart
up,
attack.
run up the Philadelphia Art Museum stairs and just hold your hands up in the air. But that's it for the ride out. Actually, nope. Honorable mention, but just because she has the Powerline shirt on, Stand Out by Powerline, Kevin.
I did not know. Oh, Tevin
What is
Campbell.
it? Tevin Campbell, that's what it was. I was about to say Kevin
One of my
McCall.
favorite, R&B
What is Kevin
artists when I
McCall
was a
saying?
Kevin McCall.
I
Who's
sound
that?
like I feel like that's a country artist.
Nope, Kevin McCall. That's the
No
nigga that was.
bullshit with Chris Brown.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that
damn,
nigga.
That was my
bullshit.
song.
All the way off.
No, I was thinking of the one with him,
Dog was
Tyga,
looking
and
at you.
Deuces.
Deuces. That was a big one.
Deuces.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. He pray for
Oh,
Kevin
that is
McCall.
right.
Every time
Yeah,
I see
we
him,
lost him.
he be wilding out online.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, he be having
Yeah.
moments. I be like, okay,
Oh, shit.
throwing platinum plaques out the window and shit. It's going
Damn.
through.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Damn.
he be having moments. But yeah, man.
Got that
Honorable
Orlando Brown
mention.
syndrome.
Honorable mention to Stand Out. The song
I like
Power.
Eye to Eye.
Stand,
better person.
stand out.
Stand Out, Eye to Eye. Yeah, I mean those are the two right there. So yeah, I'm with either. one.
Netflix, man. You gotta start. You gotta put a goofy movie on there.
They love
an
giving you the
extremely
second
goofy
one.
movies on there, but I want a goofy movie on there. I want the
Yeah,
first
That was
thing.
my favorite movie. My fuck ass neighbor stole that shit from me. Ooh.
But you know Netflix don't do. They
Still
don't.
upset.
They won't give you
Yeah.
the true hitter. They don't.
No?
They're,
They
not,
don't.
they're not gonna give you Lion King. They'll give you Lion King 2.
That's
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Lion King 1.5 was lit though.
They'll give you Aladdin 2.
I don't remember
They
that.
don't give you the true hitters
that
on
sounds
Netflix.
nice to say, but don't disrespect the first one like that.
I mean, no,
But-
but Lion King 1.5 was good. I
When
would.
Disney drops their streaming app, we're gonna have
That's
it.
true.
gonna be
But,
dumb
yeah, but that's
expensive.
another.
Which one?
It's another probably
Disney's gonna have their own
Yeah,
streaming.
$8-9 a month. You
I
gotta
just need
spend
That's So Raven. To
Are
be
they
on
really
there.
though?
I need
Yeah,
all the
they are.
shows. I need Fillmore to be
Crazy.
up there.
Next
I
year,
need
they'll be losing.
fucking Phil.
No. Go ahead.
No, I would easily cop that whole streaming like that. That's
The
going there.
Disney?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
happening. And I'm an adult.
I've been
So
having a
that says
love-hate
lot.
relationship with Netflix lately anyway.
Really?
It's like, it takes me like 30, 40 minutes just to find something to watch because it's either full of stuff that I own, stuff that I've seen already, and shit that I'm not interested in.
Because you know what?
These are movie
pushing
nigga
they're
issues.
pushing their originals.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And some of
they
those
got
don't
good
even have a
originals,
good
though.
word of
Yeah,
mouth.
they
They got
Dear
good
White People?
originals. I heard.
Oh, I
I
haven't
heard it's
seen
really
it
good.
yet. I saw the
heard
first
it's really
season.
good.
I haven't
I
seen
saw
the
like
second
I
season.
started watching. Yeah, I started watching.
Oh, I've seen a
an
couple
episode,
episodes. It's pretty good.
and
Yeah.
it was actually pretty good. The episode I started watching, but I didn't continue.
Yeah, I saw the first season. I haven't watched the second season yet. I knew that's. It's, oh, you watched the whole thing already?
Yeah, I'm finished.
How much
I
episodes?
just started. I think it's like 10.
I used to
10.
feel really strongly about their originals. I used to be like, "Yo, I love Netflix." because
But
their
now they
originals
have
are
just-
But
so
the
popular.
quality is
They
all
have
over
too
the
many.
place,
They
though.
just have too many.
And the
Yeah.
stars
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
stars.
Stuff out.
Yeah, they're just pumping content out
Out now,
regardless of what quality it is.
Right.
That is
right.
true. The quality is a little like
It's going down.
it's a little
You don't
varied
really,
now.
yeah, you don't really know
Before you
'cause-
felt like before it used to be like even people
It
would
was
be like
guaranteed.
yeah people would be like Netflix doesn't have any good stuff going on. I'd be like, but the originals are always popping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would give me a series that I could watch and I'd be like, this shit is hot.
Every
From any-
series was
and-
popping.
and any genre. It could be some sci-fi shit, and I'd be like, this shit is popping.
Yeah, that's true.
And it'd be some action shit. I'd be like, damn, this shit hard. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Like,
Yeah, that's
anytime.
true.
Their movies are good though.
Yeah, still. I mean, they still have good movies, but all those shits is
Some
still
of them,
varied, like
yeah,
we're
yeah,
saying.
some.
Like,
I mean, I
you know
don't
what
know.
I'm
I think what happened to Monday.
The Adam Sandler one?
didn't watch
Yeah, What Happened to Monday
I
was
haven't
fucking
seen it.
Was it
crazy.
fire?
That shit was
You
crazy.
haven't seen it?
What happened on Monday?
What
That
happened
sounds-
Next time
Monday.
you have
Yeah.
2
2
hours
Monday.
because it's a 2-hour movie. It's long as fuck.
Matter of fact, I'm not even going to tell you what it's about.
It's
Just
good
watch
from
it.
start to
Oh,
finish.
just watch
No,
it.
yeah,
Oh,
just
because
watch
that's
it.
how you went into it.
That's
too?
how I went into it.
Okay.
It's somebody's name
It's
Monday,
crazy.
right?
Just watch the movie.
Just watch it. Yeah, I don't want to give you
I'm
no
not gonna spoil it
premise.
for you. Just watch the
It's
movie.
insane, bro. It's
Okay.
insane.
Shit's crazy.
Okay.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. That's a good look.
Yeah.
Thank you. I feel like I've been enlightened. Like,
Yeah,
facts.
so-
Like,
so
you know what I'm
am I.
saying? I
Yeah.
feel like
No, that was a good pitch.
Yeah,
a
no,
mysterious
100%.
pitch.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah,
that.
like I won't.
like, I have to watch it now.
No.
because it's so interesting.
Text
Yeah.
me when you watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Legit.
We'll do.
On to you.
Okay, movie news. The trailer for BlackKknsman
Yes.
has,
Got the extra K's. I know what you're doing.
yes,
I know
yes,
what you're doing.
yeah.
Black.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why they spelled it like that.
I
but-
saw that though. It was
Yeah,
popping.
I thought it was a typo, but I was like, oh, I guess it's
Yeah,
that's the way it's spelled.
yeah.
But BlackKknsman, the trailer has released, and I enjoyed it. But I guess I just wanted to get like you guys' idea of like. What
I mean,
it is.
when
like,
I
are you
saw-
looking forward to it? And
All I saw was the
Denzel's
cover.
son is starring in it,
That's Denzel's son.
That's Denzel's
Oh, that's
son.
why he looks so familiar.
and his voice sounds like him too.
I didn't even
And
pick
he
up on
even
that.
had like when he was doing his thing like
His
that, he
throat?
was doing that lip
I
thing.
didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on it until I saw it somewhere else. They said
Yeah.
that's Denzel's son. I didn't even know.
Damn, that's
I
a
didn't-
shadow to walk in, bro. But go ahead though.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
It's a
Because I
shadow,
mean, I'm
bro.
looking at the trailer, and you know, hey, I haven't seen him in. I think he's on Billions.
I never watched
Billions, I
Billions.
think?
Yeah,
Haven't.
that's the one with the Rock, right?
Yeah, I
never
haven't
that.
watched it or anything, but I'm not gonna judge his
Ballers.
performance.
Ballers is with the
Oh,
Rock.
never mind.
Billions
I
is
don't-
something different though. Billions is
or-
on Showtime.
Well, it might be Ballers.
Ballers is
okay.
Ballers is with the Rock.
Yeah,
But
well, one of
about-
those shows
about
he was on.
sports.
I'm like really having a moment.
Yeah, one of the yeah, one of those shows he was on. So I haven't seen his performance and you know how strong he is and all that stuff. I could just, and I'm not gonna judge his performance on the trailers alone because
Yeah.
but just from watching from the trailers, I'm like, yeah, like I don't know if he has that. You know, like Denzel
Oh.
has this look like he could kill you with a look.
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
all the acting is in his eyes. You know,
Yeah.
So far, I don't see that in his son's eyes.
That's
but
that shadow, bro.
I hear his voice, but I don't see I don't see
Speaking
that
of,
look in his eyes.
Speaking of niggas who ain't got it yet.
Who?
No, I'm just playing.
Who?
wait.
Who?
We won't go into that again.
Oh, shit.
Shut the fuck up. I already know where this is going.
Really?
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, yeah. No. She don't know.
Yeah.
She don't know. We had a whole. Then get out of here.
No,
with that
she's
shit.
had it before me.
Oh, she had.
Yeah, but it's just
But
the
we had an intense one the other day.
Pandora's box got opened again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had an intense
Why
one the
are
other
you
day.
a Michael B. Jordan hater?
No. So
Not a hater.
I understand what he's saying. I sure do. I
Yeah.
think the thing about it with him is he's just not giving it any time. He feel like because he's been a child actor, blah blah blah. He should be out the gate busting it right now. But I think personally he doesn't have that many big movies under his belt.
That's
He
true.
hasn't had that many big roles. So I feel, and he's gonna pull up the wire. So we're not gonna go over this again. But
Was he gonna?
I'm gonna say I don't think he has that many big roles, and I feel like he is. I feel like I see it in him. I see it in him, and I feel like he's gonna be there.
Okay.
And for somebody like Denzel to acknowledge that, that says something.
Oh yeah,
in
he
itself.
did acknowledge that. Yeah,
He
That
he
says
did
something
say
in
it.
itself.
Yeah, and you know what? That's crazy. He said that over his son too. That's crazy. Yeah.
And he walking in Michael B. Jordan's shadow now too.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm not even gonna put my I'm not even
Ass.
gonna put my opinion in just because it's so good. It's gonna sway everybody.
No. I completely get your opinion, and it's valid too. It's very valid because there are moments that he'll point out where you can, if you don't acknowledge the moment, you're not an authentic person because you know what I'm saying. There's facts where there's moments where it's like, okay, that was just not good acting.
Yeah.
There's moments like that, but it's not like a lot of them. It's very
Yeah.
few,
This nigga's
far
really resting his
between,
head.
and it just shows that he's still young when
Yeah.
it comes to the acting.
Here.
You might need to put the dog down. He's distracted too
Yeah.
much.
And like,
Because you're lost with him. You gotta
Yeah,
put it down.
and you see the look in his face.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. But
What? I was
oh wait,
gonna
no.
answer-
You were
I
saying
was going to
drop
answer your
what you were
question.
saying. Okay. go ahead.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
you were saying like what I was thinking. So when I first saw it, I saw the cover art first, and I was like,
I haven't
to
seen
him,
the
I was
cover art.
like, bruh, there's a Spike Lee movie coming out, produced or directed by Jordan Peele. Or
Produced, yeah. 'Cause
producer,
Spike
yeah,
Lee's directing.
yeah. So, and I was like, those are already two heavy hitting names.
Right.
That's
Then I was
true.
like, and then it's a black dude with a cop badge on, wearing a KKK outfit,
Okay.
holding a pick, and then Black Power. I was
Yeah.
like, nigga, I don't know what this is
A
about.
lot going on.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it was a lot. I was like, Eddie has a police badge on. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
what this movie's about to be about, but it's about to be crazy.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on in the movie too, because what I didn't expect was like the other guy, the white guy in it, who was in Star
With the
Wars.
long
What
hair
is his
and
shit?
name? Yeah,
Yeah.
his name
have
is not
no
coming to
idea.
me at the
I don't
moment,
know
but
his name either.
Oh, the one
Adam
that
Driver.
he was
Um,
with, pretty much, like
yeah.
partner
that
with.
he sent into the field
Into
to
the field.
pretend
Right.
to be
Pretend to be
so.
Klansman.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're gonna both pretend to be. He's gonna be the
Yeah.
black guy's gonna be the voice, and Adam
gonna
Driver's
be
gonna be
the
the guy.
actual guy,
I didn't
yeah.
expect that. I thought it was gonna be like this
Him in
other
there.
story I heard. Yeah, of this black guy, another real story of a black guy
Actually infiltrating.
who goes and meets with Klansmen. This is a whole separate guy.
I know what you're talking about.
You know? Yeah, he's kind of heavy set.
Daryl
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
Yeah.
That I looked into that last year, and I thought it was the same story, but then I saw it was two different guys.
Oh, okay.
But that story I liked actually a little bit more because it was him going to clans
Yep.
meetings and burnings and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and meeting them and being nice to them and treating them well. And what he does is he would kind of just win them over, and by him being just nice and genuine to them, a lot of them quit
Yep.
the KKK because of it, because they're just like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
you're
You
fucking
never
up
heard this
what
story
you're
before?
fucking up my whole shit. Like,
Really?
I hate black people,
You watch Viceland?
but you're a nice dude. So
I mean,
why?
I don't really
why
watch
am I
TV
even
like
doing
that.
this?
Yeah.
You know. So a lot of them give their hoods to him.
That's an
So
alternative
he-
approach.
Oh.
Yeah. So in his house, the black guy, he has like a whole closet full of hoods.
That's crazy.
And he puts them as like
memorabilia. almost.
yeah, to be like,
like
this is what I've
awards.
done. I've transferred a lot of people and got them out of the KKK just by meeting with them and talk to them, because you have to remember, a lot of these people who are in, Klansmen, they've never really met a black
Right.
person before.
They have
It's
zero
just
interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're just looking at it from afar. So when they actually get to meet somebody, that was his whole outlook. When you get to meet someone, it's hard for you to hate them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
So
That
I
takes a
thought
lot
that
of
story
strength,
was
too.
actually a little more fascinating.
That is.
That takes a
You
lot
got-
of strength to do that, because
Yeah,
like you
absolutely.
look at like what they're doing to you, like to your people.
Right.
That
And
takes
he
a
would
lot of
hear
strength to
all
do
that
kind of
the
shit.
truth that they
Jesus
say and
Christ.
shit, and it sounds brutal. But yeah, so maybe they'll make a movie about him too. But
That'd be dope.
but this one, I'm looking forward to see like where it goes. But I was just sort of disappointed because I thought it was going to be him going and
You know what though?
Infiltrating.
Watching the trailer though, I was interested in the beginning of how it was like playing out, but as the trailer continued, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna play out.
because it seems like he's not going to have that much of a. It's going to
Interaction
be
with
the
them.
white
Yeah,
guy's
yeah,
movie
yeah,
yeah.
because
Yeah,
he's the one
versus-
that's going to have those great scenes
Like, how close
interacting
to it
with the
is he gonna
KKK
be?
and
Exactly,
shit.
yeah.
And the black and his
I
Denzel
don't
son
know
is just
what-
going to be on the
earpiece?
phone the whole
Like, what's
time.
it-
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what. I don't get that part. Yeah, I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
really.
he's older too. So
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna go about, but they definitely made it seem like he was the main character, and then it kind of switched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell?
Yeah, I
I
didn't
don't
expect.
know.
like-
It was a lot for me to try to keep track of.
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
I
there
don't
was
know
a
how
lot
I feel
happening
about
in
it.
the
Yeah.
story.
I was just excited off the two names. Really, that was
Yeah.
the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and then the
maybe it might turn out to be
draw.
good.
Yeah, and then the imagery was like, what the fuck? Like,
It might turn out to be
It's an
good.
interesting concept.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to judge it beforehand or
Still
anything.
gotta watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan Peele. Yeah, so Jordan Peele, he's coming off of that thing. You know, Jordan Peele, this is his time. So, of course,
Yeah.
he's going to help one of his heroes, Spike Lee, out, you
Yeah.
know, since he was kind of dropping off anyway. So looking forward to that. The other story I had was just Keanu Reeves and Ariel Winters, I believe his name is. But I don't know if you guys know,
don't know that.
Bill and Ted.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted.
It's like, they're like stoners.
Yeah, they were like the Beavis and
Beavis?
Butthead before Beavis
Yeah.
and Butthead.
Is it a cartoon or people?
No, it was
It's
live
live
action.
Oh, okay.
80s movies.
Yeah.
You know, so this was like the start of
Ultimate
Keanu's.
Adventure, something like that, right?
Yeah. What was it called? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
There you go. Yeah.
And you know they do excellent. Like, hey, come on, dude! And they have to go back in time to do something.
Yeah.
Their mission is to create the greatest rock song ever made, or something like that, and with the help of death.
sound like
It's
sound
a
like Beavis
tribute.
and Butthead.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
tribute movie. You know, it's the 80s.
I never
Everybody
seen
was
Beavis
doing
and
crack.
Butthead.
Really?
You ever seen Beavis and Butthead do a
Are you
movie?
serious?
Not like an episode, or like
I've
not
never
even
seen
a
a full
movie?
episode,
Oh.
the movie, nothing.
Oh,
you don't
Do
know who
America?
Cornholio
Do
is.
America.
Huh?
So you
I
don't know who
am Cornholio.
Cornholio is.
Yeah.
That shit put the gin up
Like,
real
tiki
quick.
for
Yeah.
my bunghole.
At least the movie.
That
At
shit
least the
is
movie.
funny.
Like it'll probably be on Netflix or something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I remember the movie especially. But yeah, so the whole story is just like they're Keanu Reeves and Ariel Winters, I believe his name is. They're coming back to do it, and everybody's kind of just like, oh, like this is this third sequel all these years.
Yeah, it's,
You know,
yeah.
we don't know where the other guys been. We know who Keanu is. He's a
Yeah.
fucking Neo.
Also,
you know,
Keanu
we
was
went
in
with.
it.
Huh?
So Keanu was
Yeah,
one of the
so
guys.
he was one of
Yeah.
the dope. All right, come on, let's do it. Yeah.
So that was like one of his first things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
So he's revitalizing that.
Then he changed his career by doing more serious stuff and
Like
more
Matrix
adventure
and
than
all that,
speed.
yeah.
And
I've
you
never
know.
seen him in that type of.
That
Yeah.
type
Yeah,
of role.
and he's
yeah.
very young looking and
Yeah.
shit. You know.
He had like a shag. Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
watch the original one then before I
Yeah,
see the new.
they probably
shit.
have clips of it on YouTube and stuff. I don't like see. It was the '80s, so you know I was born smack dab in the middle of it, so I have vague memories of it. I remember it on TBS or some shit. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know them by heart, but yeah. So I just bringing that up. Like a third one, I think I had an honorable mention, but I can't remember what that one was. But I will say that I wish that last night I checked out Fahrenheit 451.
how
No. I said I
Oh, did
wish
that
I did.
drop?
Oh.
Because I went to see Deadpool instead.
That's what your boy.
But yeah.
I'm gonna watch
Okay.
it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch
Jordan.
it.
Yeah, and I forgot to
Wanna
see
watch
like
it.
if there's any
Did you just
reviews or
wink at that?
anything.
Nobody's looking at you.
Nobody was looking. Nobody was looking.
And I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna come with a review.
Oh, that's what my honorable mention was.
Deadpool.
No, a second trailer for Sorry to Bother You has just released. That was
I
my
wanna see
honorable
that.
mention.
Is that
I'm
the- is
really
that the
looking
one that
When I
forward.
showed you.
Yeah, I was just about
That
to say
shit
something
was
about
funny
So
as
that.
hell.
looking forward to
No
that
idea
movie.
what
I'm
it's
so
about.
excited.
I want
it
to
looks
see the
popping.
second one.
I'm so
Yeah, I
excited.
haven't-
I'm just excited because I've never
When
seen
they
a
have
black
them
movie like
white
this
people
before. It's
doing
so
the
Me neither.
weird.
That shit
Yeah.
had me
Crazy.
fucking dead.
White people make movies like this all the time. I've
That's
never
true.
seen black
That's
people do
true.
this movie that's
That's
quirky.
true.
I've
That's
never
true.
seen a quirky black movie before.
That is very true. Yeah.
So I'm so like that's one of the movies that I'm really looking forward to. Like I just want to
too.
see how crazy this Tessa Thompson's in it.
after
Yeah.
we saw the KKK movie or whatever, after
Yeah.
we saw that trailer, I told him about that one because he hadn't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hadn't seen it, and he was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like,
Yeah, that shit was
"Nigga,
wild.
Insane.
exactly."
And you see
This-
all the critics what they're saying is like it's insane and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff. And I don't know. I've just never seen a movie like this before, so I'm excited. Oh, look at it. Look at it. Yeah, I can help it. He just walked up to the
She's
door.
chilling.
She just knocked.
Yeah,
the fuck
she knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically it for movie news.
Yeah.
You know?
And then
Hey guys.
Hi.
All right, so I'm gonna keep it brief so we can have a table talk. But I don't know. So what's been going on social media is so you guys saw about the woman in California who called the police on the men having a cookout.
I
didn't
saw
see the
that
video,
late. I saw it
but
late, like
I didn't see
3
the whole
days
video,
ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens is there's
So
a family literally having a cookout at the park, and this woman just walks up and is like, "Oh, you guys can't be out here.
Using the wrong grill or some dumb
Yeah,
shit
using
like
the wrong
that.
some dumb shit. You can't
Yeah.
be here at this time.
Something
blah,
to do with
blah,
the cold.
blah, blah.
Yeah,
right.
some
And the
goofy
gentleman's like,
technicality.
"Okay, this is like a family park. We've been here for years. Blah 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 blah." So apparently, she had been harassing the men for about 5 to 10 minutes until another white woman comes up, and that's who actually shot the video. So it's actually shout out to you, woman, whoever you are.
You're
Using
invited to the cookout
some of
too.
you get it.
Talking about the
Yeah.
cookout.
Yeah,
Yep.
some of you guys get it.
Using
I
your
appreciate
white privilege for good.
Yes.
Thank you.
We don't
Here
get
for
that
it.
too often.
But
Needed though.
so she confronts the woman and just says, why are you doing this? They're being civil. And then the police come and the woman just starts like crying. So for
Fake
me,
ass too.
my thing is just like,
So
Fake.
and we've talked about it before, but I just want to talk about it again because like I really don't understand it. Hopefully maybe you can put this clip on Instagram and we can actually get like a conversation going. But why is it that white people, I just hate saying this, I feel like it sounds so
Yeah, just say
Direct.
some. Put some in front
some
of it.
white people.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I
all.
said.
But even
Yeah.
then, too, even having these conversations as a black person, you have to be very careful about the words you choose because you can immediately be labeled as a racist or as someone who hates white people. But then you have people in the KKK who don't have anything said to them. I digress.
And the Black
I don't
Panthers are
even-
gone.
Yeah, I used to try to sugarcoat it.
I mean,
there's
I
no
just-
point no more.
I know, but I just hate the fact that we're vilified for everything.
I
we
just
do.
yeah,
It's
I just
really
put
a
the
problem.
word "some" in front of it, and
Well,
I'd
yeah,
be like,
some
alright.
white people, not everyone. Shout out to the woke white folks. Y'all lit.
Shout out to y'all.
The one
Shout
recorded
outs-
it.
Yeah, shout out to all the white folks invited to the cookout.
But it's just like, and there's become so many instances. If you go back to the gentleman at Starbucks, or even like, I just think
yeah.
about my personal experience, like in jobs, having to kind of limit myself or hold myself back out of fear of someone being threatened by my literal black existence.
Yeah. And you have no you're not. This is not something you're
was just
willfully
born
doing.
black. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, like,
And they're
I don't know what
threatened
you want
by
me to do. Yeah, and it's like we have to be a shell of ourselves, or even like I've been watching Scandal, but it's like Olivia's dad told her, like, as a black woman, you have to be twice as good for half the recognition.
Wow, that's a great line.
Black women do have it hard though.
We do.
No, yeah, I read an
I mean,
article.
You guys have it hard too.
Yeah, we have it hard,
Yeah.
but in Black World, there was an interesting article I wrote that was trying to point out that black men are the white men of black people.
Right.
because black women are actually more
Yeah.
oppressed than we
They
are.
are.
Yeah.
In terms of like
Because they have the
women and-
women,
Women
thing to add
and
on top
black.
of that.
like they have a glass
yeah.
ceiling. We don't
Exactly.
compared to
Right.
To
women.
them, yeah.
So I never looked
They're
at
always
it that
going to
way.
have that plus one.
That-
It might have been
Exactly.
Janelle
Because they're
Monáe.
women.
Right.
Janelle Monáe might have pointed that out too when she was.
I've
live
heard
on
that
something
before too, which does make sense.
Yeah,
That's
I just
why
never
said
looked at
that
it.
I have it hard because I mean
Yeah.
that's the same sentiment I came.
I
from.
felt white. Well, I've always felt white.
But it's just, I don't know. But it's just, I hate to like beat the dead horse, but it's just a conversation that I want to start, and I really actually do want to engage in with white people. You know, but I feel like even engaging in these conversations, that it makes them uncomfortable or they don't want to talk about it. But I'm like, you know, I just feel like some of them just turn a blind eye, or they feel like if they don't see it happen right in front of their face, it's not a reality.
This is the thing that I've realized with white people and some white people or whatever. And it's
He didn't really want to say
But
it.
even
did
then,
he?
just
The
think about
ones-
the fact that we have to make that clarification
Yeah.
to not
Right,
be
right, right,
perceived
right,
a certain
right.
way is like a problem.
Right, it should just be open conversation regardless
Exactly.
of what you're
Exactly.
talking about
Yeah, so
on both
pretty-
sides.
Yes.
pretty much the
Yeah.
way that the way I distinct it is the ones that I do talk to it about it. They already woke pretty much. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in the business of changing your mind.
That's
'Cause
true.
Right.
That's just me personally. Some people, activists. I don't even know if activists are in the business of changing people's minds.
They're just fighting for the cause.
They're
I don't
just
know that
fighting for the
they're-
cause,
Yeah, I don't
you
know
know
that
what I
they're
mean?
changing people's
So yeah, but I'm not in that business. Like I don't ever want to have like a healthy debate at the bar and like try to get you.
minds. Oh,
to
well, that's not the place for it.
Well, you know,
But they'll try it out there because I've
That's
had
true.
I've had
that's
dudes try
normally
that
when it
with me,
happens
yeah.
because white people get drunk and want to have conversations
true.
about
too.
how unracist they are. I was telling him about that the other day.
Like,
I had
oh,
a dude
calm that
literally
shit
talk to
down,
me the
bro.
whole
Like-
time just to tell me he's not racist. But the more you do it, I'm like,
The
bro.
more racist you appear.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
Yeah.
it's
chill
like,
out.
but I feel like the ones
Like
that
they're overcompensating.
Right.
yeah, like you were saying that they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that they don't want to change either. So I don't even like those are the ones I don't even have the conversation with.
Yeah.
And then it's like the ones that would have the conversations. There's nothing to talk to them about because they get it. You know
Yeah,
what I
just
mean? So it's
enjoying
like,
your company naturally.
yeah.
The
so
vibe's
it's
already
just-
there. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
so
whatever.
it's kind of like it's kind of different. It's kind of weird because it's like, I mean, you want to have the conversation with the people who feel that way, even if they're uncomfortable, but they don't want to have those conversations. And then the people that are, they already get it.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
I was just glad
double-edged
that
sword or whatever you want to call it. You know,
I was just glad because when I was watching the whole video of the recording,
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed that the one recording was black.
Oh, no. It was a white woman.
Yeah, but I found that out in the comments,
Uh-huh.
and then when I watched the video again with that in mind, I was like, oh, this is crazy. I'm seeing two perspectives of
Right.
white in this
Yeah.
one video.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's true.
like the two perspectives.
We don't get that too often.
One is woke, but I thought it was necessary for her to be white because I think that took her off guard.
Oh,
the
yeah.
racist one.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, oh shit, one of my people is
Oh, yeah.
defending
Yeah.
the other side. You know, so I thought it was like perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I encourage the white people who get it to maybe they should be the ones engaged in the conversation. Because,
Yeah.
I mean,
They have to
I
help.
mean,
They
that's
have to
the-
step in.
That's the main thing is that the people who do get it, they're not. They might get it, but they're not. They don't have any reason. They have a reason, but unless I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's like those are the ones that we need to speak, but
Yeah.
they don't. Either they don't need to speak because maybe all the white people that they hang around
right.
are like them, or
Yeah.
they just already stopped fucking with the white people that weren't
That's
like
true,
them.
too.
So
Like
it's
them, yeah.
like, well, I mean, that's the main thing that we need though is the white people
yeah.
who already get it to speak about it. But
Absolutely.
that's like a lot to ask for them though. Like,
Yeah,
It
that's,
is.
that's a lot to
It
ask
is.
for them because
Yeah.
they got to deal with their families.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like, imagine what they
Oh
family.
yeah,
like,
because
you know,
they back up with the nigger lover. thing.
exactly,
Like, a lot,
yeah.
You know, we have to keep that in mind too. In the
That's
70s and
That's
60s,
true.
there were white people who were killed for supporting
That's
the civil
true.
rights movement.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
So it's like,
And the White Panthers.
like even if we fully accept them, like they got to think about what's gonna happen when they go home to their parents, or if not their parents, really high possibility their grandparents ain't
Right.
fucking with that shit at all.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
not their parents, their grandparents, that's almost an 80%
Oh, yeah. Like
chance.
my grandma,
they're not
she's
fucking with
still,
it.
I'm like, you can't say that.
Yeah. And
yeah.
same with black people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
same.
my
Our
mom still
parents.
says shit to me sometimes where
Yeah,
I'm like,
our parents
Yeah, I
say
get it.
shit. My great grandparents
Yeah.
even worse. So it's like, you know, you got to think. They got to think about their families, like,
Yeah.
and that's why I think they don't speak out as much. And then the ones that do, it's like, I hate the ones that when we do get the ones that do, we be like, man, you trying to be black anyway? You know what I mean? Like, it's like they look like they're trying to be a part of black culture or in black culture so much that white people can dismiss them easier. Like we need somebody who's fully in white culture
culture to be like,
Yeah.
yeah,
to say something about it, because then other white people will.
And even from the
open up.
sound of her, like she didn't really seem like she's like of the culture or anything.
No,
she just
yeah.
seemed like she was
That's
just
just a regular person.
genuinely
Just a barb.
Just
a
person,
regular
yeah.
white
a
person.
Barb,
Barb.
A
Barbara.
barb. Yeah, Barbara. She was a Becky.
Barbara and Chad.
Yeah.
Those are the names, right?
Yeah, it's Susan and Chad. It's Susan and Chad.
That's
Susan.
a couple names.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. On another note, too, power of the internet. Okay, so did you guys see the video of the attorney from New York who was in a restaurant? I don't know exactly what restaurant it was, but he was threatening to call ICE on people for speaking Spanish.
Heard of that?
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
kidding me, yo?
bro,
No,
that's
I wish I
sucking-
was, but I'm
Yeah.
not.
He was the owner.
Was he the owner?
Hell,
I thought.
ain't no way.
Are
He
you
was
sure?
the
Was he the
manager.
owner?
or
I
the-
thought he was just a lawyer because
Yeah, I
what
thought he was
happened
a lawyer.
was later
Oh.
when he went to his office building, maybe a day or two afterwards, they wouldn't let him in.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So he
lost his
I
job
believe
because
it.
of it.
Okay.
Hell yeah, you gotta lose your
Shout
job
out
with some
to
shit
that
like
man.
that.
He did.
You
Yeah.
gotta lose your
Twitter,
job
do
for
your
some
thing.
shit like
They had
that.
the paparazzi had that nigga running down the street,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah,
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Suck ass
Bruh,
nigga.
yeah,
Right.
you
Yeah,
a
man.
sucker for shit like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I just
That's
wanted to
so
bring that up
crazy.
too, just because black people, like, we're not the only oppressed group.
No.
Yeah.
You know, so I do want to
for
make
sure.
that clear, and I do, you know, sympathize. If that's the right word, it might not be.
Empathize.
Empathize, yes, with
Yeah.
other people of color because I feel like they have the same struggles we do.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the same extent, but their struggles are similar and completely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah,
from
we have
ours.
like different struggles, but we have a struggle nonetheless. Like,
Yes.
we're all under the white people, so.
When it definitely comes to the prison system, we have this
Oh,
same exact struggle.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
then
It's
like
blacks
other
and
areas,
Latinos.
Yeah. But they have like the other struggles like
ICE and immigration.
ICE,
immigration,
immigration.
jobs, shit like
Because
that.
that shit is crazy.
Getting
Did
paid
Did you see
like
the
$1
governor?
to.
The governor and the Georgia governor? He got an immigration bus.
Wait, who?
The Georgia governor who's
Georgia
running for governor.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if that office house is right. I don't think it's mayor or some shit. Yeah, I think it's governor.
Okay.
He's not doing too hot in the voting polls, so he was like, he got this all black bus and put immigration bus, sending them back across the border. On the back of the bus, it says, in this bus is rapists, thieves.
Chill out, bro.
I'm dead ass serious.
Chill
dead
out.
ass
No
serious.
way.
I'm dead ass serious. It's a Georgia governor
Oh,
running
Pull it up. Pull it up.
running
Pull it up.
running
You
for
see
governor.
what Trump started, nigga?
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh
gonna
my
get the,
God, bro.
he's getting the Trump vote pretty much.
Oh my god, dog.
But
I
it's
can't
sad
even
that he would
believe
even
I heard
target
some
the
shit
I
like
would
that.
play with it. But it's sad that he
It's
would
fun.
target it because it's effective.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's effective. So that's why they do it.
Yo, man, that
Yeah.
shit wild, dog.
It is. It's a mess. Like, I
Bruh.
just don't understand why they treat people like that. Even then, too, on Twitter. Y'all know I live for Twitter.
Yeah.
There was a video of people from ICE, like border control. So some people, you know, try to be good Samaritans and leave food and water and things like that at the border for people crossing.
Yeah.
There are border patrol officers who literally destroy it. Kick it over, pour it out,
What,
rub
water
dirt in
and
it,
shit?
water and food.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
This
All
is
right.
America.
This
Yeah.
is vote Williams governor. Is Williams governor's name?
It's interesting.
Governor is his
Michael
last name?
Michael Williams. That's the
For
fuck
governor.
nigga we're talking about. Michael Williams, the deportation bus, danger.
Will
Murders,
Robinson, danger.
murders, rapists, kidnappers, child molesters, and other criminals on board.
Oh my god.
Stay back.
Fucking kidding
This
me,
is on the
bro.
back. Stay back to 1,000. Stay back 1,000 feet. Follow me to Mexico.
Nigga.
Fill this bus with. This is a deportation bus.
This is Alabama. Where's this? What is that?
This is
Georgia?
in Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah, and this is him.
Are you kidding me? And this nigga's talking about it, bro?
It's a whole commercial.
Bro, where the fuck are we at in time
Bruh,
right
it
now?
was a whole
dog?
commercial.
Where are we at in time
Dude,
right
dude,
now?
I have a
Wait.
friend named Michael
Where we are
Williams.
now?
That's
gonna be the more messed up part.
Yeah, it was a
Wait.
whole commercial.
Nah,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's wild.
That's insane.
yeah,
Nah,
bro.
nah,
Yeah,
bro.
Bro, like this is a real ass bus for governor.
That's crazy.
in Georgia running. That's how you're pulling votes in. And the crazy thing is
Probably working.
I bet his numbers in the polls went up.
Oh my god.
Because it's probably like the Trump
That's the worst
people who
part.
believe in it.
That's
Yeah.
the worst part. The numbers have gone up.
That shit is too
All right,
much.
and then just a soft touch before we go, because we got other stuff to talk about. Because I feel like this, I'm gonna get mad, you get mad, but I don't know, it's just a heated topic.
Oh, the next topic.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's
All right.
just fucking crazy
It's a
shit
mess.
going on, man.
It's a hot mess. We could talk about it for hours. But then, of course, there's been another school shooting.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think they said it's like the 218th,
Something crazy, bro.
something like that, in 2018.
What?
What? No way. Hell
Yeah.
no.
Well, you have to
no,
realize
no,
all of them don't get reported.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
That's true. If they're not like mass.
In two,
Right.
Wait,
Yeah, it
200
might-
something in 2018? though?
Legit.
Holy shit.
I'm
We
pretty
in,
sure.
we
Well,
in
don't
May.
quote me
yo.
on it, but I'm
We in
pretty
May.
sure.
Yeah, we
Only
need to look
5
that
months
stat up
deep.
right now. We need to look
Yeah.
that stat up.
And then also, so someone put a stat on Twitter as well, like the number of mass shootings since the year 2000. So all countries, so they had like, you know, Australia, South Africa, Great Britain have 5 or less. America has, I don't even want to know what the number was.
22 school shootings.
Okay, maybe I
Okay,
embellished.
that was deep.
Add a
Maybe I
little
embellished
juice.
a little bit.
Add a little
juice to
zero
it.
on that in
My
that
bad.
motherfucker.
Maybe that was the statistic for.
That's still
Well,
crazy.
it feels like that anyway.
That's
I
still
mean,
crazy.
They
seriously.
say that pretty much averages out to about 1 a week.
Which
Which
is
is crazy.
terrible.
Which is crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
and now someone's made the comment too that it's literally more dangerous for a child to go to school than
Yeah.
to be in the military.
Yeah.
There have been more deaths in
Yeah,
school
that's
shootings
true.
than
Than
there
there are in the
have
military.
been soldier
That's true.
casualties this year.
That's wild. That's wild.
But
Yeah,
people
'cause
don't
some of
think
those,
gun control is an issue.
'cause
That shit wild, dog.
Innocent children.
That shit wild, man. And it's like, yeah, the shit in
That's-
Texas, what, it killed 8
we
students
gonna
and two teachers, right?
I'm not gonna
That
keep
shit
going in
crazy.
on
And then,
race.
and then even then too, we just go back to the police force thing again. I hate to do this, but how is it that these mass shooters, like let's call them domestic terrorists, that's what they are,
Fucking terrorists.
can
Fucking
be-
domestic
They are.
terrorists.
can be apprehended by the police.
And
But black
are
men
getting shot and
carrying
killed.
cell phones
getting shot and killed. In the backyard.
Skittles.
Backyard running with cell phones.
are
They
getting
scared,
shot.
man. They scared of us,
Yeah.
man. They scared to death.
But that shit is beyond scared, bro. Because you can't be scared of somebody running away. That
Yeah.
shit is ridiculous, bro.
Right.
That shit's ridiculous.
Right.
But like,
It's a
how
little
do
bit
you?
of scare, and they want to kill niggas.
That, exactly. So
I
that's
just, I
how-
don't
so-
want to believe that.
So it's
That's the
hard.
I
reality.
don't want to. But
So okay, so how do you control the school shootings though? Like how do you control what kind of gun
I don't
reform
even
do we
know.
do? Like
Yeah.
what's
The
gun
school
reform
shooting thing
rule
is
like?
just like
Like, how,
metal
We were
detectors.
just talking about it. They have to
Yeah,
have some
we
metal
were.
detectors at school.
they have to
bro.
have metal
Like,
detectors.
it's
in
gonna have to
every
become
school.
like a standard.
Yeah,
yeah,
like
in
a
every single
complete
school,
standard. Yo,
public,
like,
private, no matter
I
what.
might not even send my school to my
I want to
child to a school
homeschool my
without
children,
Yeah, there
quite
needs to be-
frankly.
It's
without
like
a metal detectors or security always on premises, like
That's true.
like police officers and shit like that. Like
Because we was
always,
talking
like,
about that, and then I was
Yeah.
like, there damn near needs to be like one officer per wing
Yeah.
of the school, so that like response time to the scene
Right.
could be within 60 seconds. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? 'Cause
yeah, like that shit is
But
crazy.
You got-
does that
we had
solve
one
the
cop
problem if
officer.
they're not shooting the killer?
No, they didn't
No.
put him
What's
down.
the
Fuck
point?
that.
What's the point of having someone in place if they're not going to act
they
on
damn
it?
sure need to shoot the killer.
They need to put him down. They
Well,
need
they're
to
not
put him
doing
down.
that.
Yeah, that's because
But I mean, but they're not
because
getting
it's
to
the
it.
wrong
At this
color.
point,
that's
the
because all the
response-
shooters are white.
Yeah, but at this
Yeah.
point, also the response time is like after fact. So like the people
That's
are still
true, too.
dead, and then like
Yeah.
you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying
but
now
it-
they're there on scene, like shooting the killer. At that point, yeah, you can still get him out of there. But if you're getting him in the middle of an act, then it's more relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's
But
just.
that's my worry.
But I'm looking
Are
even
they even going
deeper.
to shoot him?
I'm looking even
Never.
deeper in.
I feel like in the moment
too.
they have to. If they don't at that point, like they're
Psychologically.
fucking accomplice to the crime. You know what I'm
Looking
saying?
at
Like,
it from a
if you're a police officer, you see somebody gunning down people and you're not shooting at them, you're a fucking accomplice.
They would
You
probably
know what I'm saying?
try to
Like,
rationalize.
ain't no way you can.
no, well,
rationalize
that's
that,
what they
bro.
always do. They like if it's a white young kid or something
In the
like that.
moment, though, has
like-
there ever been like an in the moment?
Oh,
thing?
I don't know.
Like, has there
But
ever?
Yeah,
I know,
Virginia-
like afterwards,
yeah,
they're just
there
like,
has.
oh, it's just a kid who
Virginia
has a
Tech
problem.
definitely
and
they definitely
he needs
shot it.
help.
Yeah.
you know?
Like so, in the
they're
moment when
sympathetic.
he was spraying on people,
Yeah.
there had cops there standing
And then
by
there was
watching him spray on people.
Yeah, and there was another school shooting, one of the ones that was this year, where he had shot like a couple people. He was about to do way more, but the police officer on duty killed him. Like before he could continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like there was, I do remember there was a school shooting. I can't remember which one, just because
Which is terrible.
It's-
which is the
Yeah,
worst
it's fucking
part, because
crazy.
we only had like Columbine to refer to for a long
Right,
time,
right, for a long
and
time.
now we
I was
have
just
like
going to bring that up. I was
Yeah,
just going to
we
bring
have
up
s-
that. That's why I'm looking at it from a psychological point of view. Like I'm like, in 2000, all I can remember was Columbine.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Before
That's
that,
it.
I didn't even remember anything. That was the
That's
first
it.
school shooting I ever heard of. Really,
It
Columbine
was.
was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
I saw
I
the
remember.
video.
Terrifying.
Pretty-
I remember
that
like
shit was
walking
terrifying.
into class, like it might have been art class or something like that, and they were talking about this shit just happened. We were watching the news,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then my school got like strict with like we had to get like these like things we had to wear around our necks. Like everybody got paranoid.
identification. That's when they started.
That's when it started.
I
to-
remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember we had to start getting IDs.
But that was the first time I ever heard of like a school shooting, and for a
That
long
was-
time, that was the only one I
was
ever
the
heard
only
of.
one.
so,
until, like,
and then the
Sandy
next
Hook.
one was Sandy Hook. After that,
yeah.
Yeah, but that was a couple of years later.
that was a while.
That was in the
yeah,
next
that was
week.
a-
So that's
yeah,
what I'm
that was a
saying, like-
while,
That shit
yeah.
crazy.
So
how it is
what
now.
the fuck is up with the mentality and the yeah, just the straight up mentality of people in this country. Like,
feel like
I
you
think
have
did
no
people
one
just
for
go
empathy.
crazy all of a
Yeah,
sudden?
but I
No,
feel like
I
you
don't-
have nothing.
this-
You have to like put a lot of this on social media too, bro. I think.
No,
yo.
this is clout chasing at this point.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Social
Yeah.
media, bro.
People look
Like,
for
yeah.
getting
Like
their
the-
names.
This is
yeah.
media. Like
Some people do that.
this is media at this point. I feel like because I think when, Columbine happened, social media wasn't what it was
No,
today.
That's
it wasn't.
true.
It definitely
So
wasn't.
it was like
There was no social
There we
media.
go.
There was
There
not
barely the
really.
internet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those kids were
Yeah.
going to do it because they were going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, now, and then
That's your point.
it took us forever to get to Sandy Hook.
Well, they do it. They did it because they were being bullied.
Right.
Yeah.
Those two
Well,
kids.
Here, so now
well,
you
not
have this.
necessarily.
So now you have this
That's what
broadcast
they said in
thing.
the documentary.
Well, look, but now you
Well,
have
what was
this.
the other reason?
Now you have this thing where everybody's
One of
able
them
to
was
see this
homicide.
happen, and then like I guess
Oh, really?
I don't know if this is what it is, but maybe somehow these kids are identifying with the other people who are doing this shit. Is that
Yeah.
they have this same struggle
'Cause
or
now
some
they get to
shit,
hear these
and
other
now they
people's
get, Yeah,
stories.
and now
Yeah.
they're like they feel like that's
Rationalizing the behavior.
rationalizing the behavior, and that's how they need to like act. And
So
move
both
from
of them
there.
weren't homicidal. It was just the one of them that were homicidal.
They both killed each other. They
No,
both
so
killed themselves.
okay, so one of them was bullied, and like so because I watched Active Shooter on Showtime.
Yeah, I
which
think I saw that.
It took me like 2 sittings to get through the Columbine one because it was just horrible.
The Columbine
Yeah.
video is crazy.
heavy.
Yeah.
It's very
It's
heavy.
just- Yeah.
But what they said was because they kept journals, they shot videos and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But
Leading
they
up
said
to it.
one of them, they said based off of their psychology and what they saw from everything, for one of them it was murder, it was homicide. But for the other one, they felt like it was a suicide mission.
Right.
Like
Oh,
he
he
wanted
didn't
he wanted to die.
Yeah, and the other one just wanted to
He
kill
just wanted to
people.
kill people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought so. Then what was that whole story about? Like them both being bullied by kids and shit,
It was
and then wanted
just
to take it out.
like a theory.
That was a theory.
Because they said it
what?
was some type of trench coat gang or something like that. Trench coat mafia, something weird like that. But it was all just like speculative.
There's-
You gotta watch. You gotta watch the docuseries.
Well, I mean, they're dead, so we can't really like ask them themselves. So.
Fuck them. I ain't asking them
Yeah,
shit.
man.
All right.
yeah.
That shit crazy.
But
That's it. That's all I got.
yeah. And then the next
On a lighter
topic.
note,
I don't like
Later,
Yeah,
it.
shit
no.
got deep. It's
it's a necessary conversation.
I mean, that's why I'm kind of glad that the number one.
I can't walk away from
the
here
number
without
one-
thinking about this for the next hour. Like,
Yeah, but that's why I'm glad like the number one hip hop song in the country right now is a song about all this shit. This is
yeah,
America.
This is America.
Yeah.
It beat
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
skyrocketed. It debuted on the chart at number one. So I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a song that's actually about gun violence and pointing it out. So I'm like, I'm glad that's number one. But it's
So-
ironic that this.
So
shit
here's the
happened.
crazy thing about social media. Like that video sheds a lot of light on shit, right?
Yeah.
You know how they talk about the way that it's shot and how like it's this distraction from all this shit that's happening in the background, blah blah blah, right? But like now, all of a sudden, people are now just reenacting that video for clout instead of letting the video do what it's supposed
That's
to do.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, it's crazy how social media
Same
works.
with the whole
like,
active shooter thing.
yeah, like
Well, not active. Sorry, not active shooter.
School shootings.
School shooting.
Yeah.
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 But see, but the test,
I'm like-
the irony the real irony will be like to go along with that video. It'll be like if like 2-3 weeks from now we forget about this shooting and we're on to the next sensation of whatever's happening.
But that's what's happening, bro.
unfortunate.
So
and
that's
then
what's
the
gonna
next
happen.
shooting will come.
but that's the thing, man. It's like it's
It's a roller coaster
we
of
can't.
emotions.
Yeah, we can't sit in the moment and draw. We can't sit in the moment and draw from experience anymore because
Yeah.
there's always so much more to draw from and so much more to pay attention to. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's like
Yeah. I mean, even when I saw the school
I don't know,
shooting
bro.
thing, the breaking
I don't know if
news
I'm
stuff
saying
on
it right.
YouTube, I was just like,
Another one.
I didn't even want to look into it. You know, I was just like, God damn it,
Starting
man.
to get
I just said, this is
school
America,
shootings.
literally.
yeah,
I said,
it's
this is
terrible
America.
as fuck.
Yeah, because you don't want to get to that point where you're just used to where
I
it's just
kind
like,
of think
well,
we're already
Yeah, we're
there.
there.
We are very numb, and it's fucked up because I feel like you don't like we as people as a whole, and I'm sure a lot of people will attest to this. We won't, unfortunately, at this point, feel the way we really, really should feel about it until it gets really close to home.
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
I don't
much.
want that to happen.
But it's crazy because like that's how it is.
'Cause
Like,
I'm like,
you
it-
feel
No, I
about
mean-
it, but it's like you see it so much, you're desensitized, and it's like until it gets really close to home, now it was like crazy.
It's just
Yeah.
crazy. It just seems like they're just like, it's just happening in different states, and it's like eventually, I don't know.
Ugh.
Eventually,
I
is
don't wanna
something
talk about
gonna
it.
happen. I don't
Yeah, see that shit crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be thinking about this shit. I'm about to. I don't know, man.
know.
Let me make my Calvin Harris record, man, because that shit was fire.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got a whole
Wait,
pop
what-
record
What was the
coming.
next?
The puppies are.
What was the
attacking
next
me.
thing?
And the next
Yeah,
thing
back to
was me about to read your status,
Oh,
status.
okay. Yeah.
and then I'm pulling up memes.
It's crazy. I wrote that in the parking lot of the movie theater before I went to see Deadpool 2.
For real?
Which was a popping movie.
Yes, it was
Put it
good.
out there.
What, Deadpool?
Sure.
I should have mentioned
wanna
that in the
see it.
movie.
You should have.
I kept bringing it up. You didn't hear me.
Oh, for real? Oh, okay.
I didn't hear you either.
Yeah, it was a good
But,
movie, man. It was a good movie. I liked it.
All right, so
Funny.
brother Shane M. Petty, follow him on Facebook.
Two.
Posted
You good? Is that your
Yeah,
tooth? Is that your whole tooth?
bruh, whole tooth just got knocked.
Damn.
Damn. y'all got up close and personal.
You
just
humble?
now.
Hey, I got a chip too
Humble
from
now,
a fork.
goddamn. So this is Shane Petty's status, which is
Hate
Quote
that
him,
guy.
word for word.
which is a trending topic that's been going on. This is just his words for it. The black women who are celebrating this interracial royal wedding better not be the same black women who are on Donald Glover's ass for dating a white woman.
Makes sense.
These women aren't making as much noise about Serena Williams marrying her white man either. Interesting. I thought I was as stoked for my. I thought as I was stoked as I stroked my beard.
Yeah.
That part took me out.
Because he doesn't have a beard. Yeah.
He's growing one.
Oh yeah. My
As I
friend,
stroke
I think
my
he
stubble.
commented. He was like, "You have a beard?" I was like, "Well, sorry, excuse me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and this is just the truth, man.
Just
Yeah.
that topic.
It's a
'Cause
heavy hitter.
we didn't talk about this 2 weeks ago. We were going to
Heavy
talk
hitter.
about the Donald Glover thing, but we never got to
we
it.
didn't.
The
Yeah,
interview.
that's true. So this
Yeah.
is like perfect because the royal wedding is just like adding more to
segue.
it.
Yeah.
Made it come
And
back
I wasn't
up.
going to comment anything.
Which
Anyway,
which-
when I saw some black women, say, "Oh, it's a
And
black
a
woman in
lot.
the royal house," and like celebrating it, and I was just like, "Wait, why is that acceptable?" And
But
you were
right.
tearing Donald Glover's ass. Like,
Not only, and then same with Serena. It's like
And,
anytime,
yeah, I don't hear
and
it.
same with Eve. Like
And
when Eve
Eve,
married
I
that
forgot
bitch.
to bring
Yeah,
that up.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
shit.
literally every time a black woman gets some white
I don't
millionaire
hear the
or just a white dude, it is like
I don't hear
you
the noise
shit.
as loudly.
Like you don't won. Like most black women, it's like you won. It's congratulations.
well,
for
I
you.
don't. I mean, I don't know how I take it. That's why I didn't even say what it is and all that
Yeah.
stuff at the
Yeah.
end. I was just
You're
like,
just posing
it's
a
literally
question.
just interesting. I'm
Yeah.
asking a question.
Yeah.
Why
Posing
is
a
this?
question.
Why is it
Yeah.
I feel
that
you.
nobody's making noise about
Which
this,
is
but making
always
noise about
it's
that?
always like
When it's
always
the same thing.
It's always celebratory.
Yeah, when it's the same thing. I just didn't
this
understand
is
why
always
his was
like
trending.
touchy ground to try and traverse
Mm-hmm.
because you say one thing on your head.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all can
Oh,
be
yeah.
on my head
What do
all
you
I
mean?
want to.
What? You looking at me right now?
I'm still looking at you. I'm not looking at ass. That's all.
But
But
and then obviously when a black dude, Tyrese, Donald Glover,
gets with a white
oh,
woman.
Tyrese?
even if
Yeah.
I
the
didn't
black
know
girl, even
I don't even know. I've
this
never
is the
seen this
thing.
one.
I don't think. Well, nobody knows what the Donald Glover chick is. She might be Hispanic.
No.
or
I
something.
think they said she was Asian.
She's
But
something
this,
else.
but
She's
this is the
something
thing with the
no.
that's interesting with the black men. It doesn't even matter if they do a white girl. It could be just a black girl that's too light skinned.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
a
no, no.
problem.
I mean,
Facts.
the problem
Yeah.
is dating
Yeah,
someone, a
it's-
black man dating someone outside of black,
I'd have been
not
there.
dating
I'd
a
have
black
been
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And not the
and she
same
was
skin
black.
tone
Yeah.
color as them, I
I
feel
don't,
like.
but
That's
see, I don't think that that's what we have a problem with.
then what's the problem?
What's the problem?
The problem, and not all men do it, but some men do it. When they say, "Oh, I had to get a blank girl because they're so much this instead of black women, or black women are like." it's
Somebody
when-
was saying
when
that
But
they-
y'all
exact
do
when
the
they
same thing.
trash-
Justify,
Yeah.
yeah.
When they trash black women, that's when we have a problem with it.
Yo,
No,
who just-
and I agree
yo,
with
you know
that.
what's
I
crazy?
agree with that.
Your
But Donald
sister just
Glover
said the
didn't
same
do
thing.
that.
Yeah,
though.
Is
yeah,
that really
but-
what it is?
Yeah.
Your sister. So
How
who's
often
doing
is
this?
this
Though?
hap- that's what I'm
what
saying.
Who is
Where
doing
is
this,
it, though?
No,
who is
Donald.
doing
Look, the
Who is
important thing is
trashing black
Donald
women in
Glover
order to
didn't do
accept
that.
white women or any
Donald
other
Glover
race?
did not
Niggas
say
every
this.
day.
Who does that? I don't like. If I'm with a
I don't
white
know.
girl or if I'm with some other kind of girl,
It's
it's
just
not
'cause you
because
like
I
her.
don't like
It's
black.
'cause you
Yeah,
like her.
Just because I
Right.
just like
Yeah.
her. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I done been
and
with black
and-
women. Like
Okay, and I've been with black men. I've been with white men.
yeah.
No, you know what? No. Because I'm still not accepting that. Because this is the reason why. Because when when black girls go and get a white dude, they do the same exact thing that they say that
Say,
these
but-
black
yeah,
dudes are
facts.
doing.
That's
That
true.
they say,
That's
mind
true.
you, I don't really hang out with these niggas, and I don't know these niggas.
Yeah.
I hear what y'all saying when y'all saying like. When a black dude dates out of his race, he bashes a black woman as justification.
Which
to
we
date
I've never
outside-
personally seen.
Which I have not
Yeah.
seen personally in my opinion, but I'm definitely taking your opinion for it because I've heard it from more than one source.
Yeah.
Right.
But every time I see a black girl going for a white dude, it's the same exact situation. It's the same thing.
She's
like,
tearing down a black man in the process.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
these niggas ain't shit,
Shit,
or
yeah.
I done been dogged by all these niggas. I'ma just try a black dude. So
I
it's
mean,
like,
a man is a man is a man, though.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like I
That's what
don't.
it should
So why you got that problem? But the same exact thing happens on the other side. So
Well, everyone's hypocritical.
yeah, so that's why I'm just like,
Well,
it's just
going
so
back-
much more blasphemous
yeah.
for a black dude to date outside of his race.
I think because it's more
And-
common.
And not even outside of his race. She could be in the race, but she's just too light skinned.
Light-skinned, yeah,
That's the
which is
shit that blows my
crazy.
mind. It's just she's just a light skinned black girl, and we still been programmed for black. I'd be like, come on, bro.
Like, yeah, like what
Cut
you
that
mean?
shit out, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
but going back to like what Javada said, which is true, like there are some black guys who like date out of their race and would probably justify doing so by insulting black women.
have you
I'm
met
sure
any of
that's
these
not.
niggas?
No.
Yeah. That's
Actually,
a valid
no.
question. No, ask me, bro. 'Cause I haven't met none of
no.
these niggas either, yo.
Have you met any of these
Actually,
niggas?
No,
no.
because I would proudly run down on these niggas for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I just don't
We need
see
niggas
them.
like you.
I don't see them
I
either,
just
bro.
don't
I don't
see-
see them either, bro.
Shit.
Maybe they know.
Fingers.
Maybe they know not to
Twitter
bring that
fingers.
energy this way.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it probably
yeah.
would be on
Time and
social
place.
media. I don't know if they say it in person. They probably would say it in social media and all that shit, you know? Because
Yeah,
some
and
black
if-
women would like point out some of what somebody said on Twitter and say, yo, black women need to step it up. And, you know, like I'm sure there's people out there that do that. My thing was,
And I've seen memes that were disrespectful, like
Right.
Yeah.
like,
I've seen memes
get
like
you
that too,
a
yeah.
Becky instead of a
Yeah,
Keisha or whatever.
Some
Like,
crazy
crazy
really?
shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've
You've
seen them.
I've seen it flip flop too.
Flip top too.
Yeah,
Get
and
you
yeah.
a Billy instead of a Dawn. Or,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
my
yeah.
issue is Donald Glover did not say any of these things. So what is the issue?
him,
That was my thing.
him,
He
yeah.
didn't. He
Some
did
people,
say
some
come.
people are just unhappy and like to be bothered.
But you know what?
Wait,
That's the thing about celebrity that I do like.
Wait, you're saying he
So-
asked for it? Wait, who?
No,
Wait,
I'm
what?
saying like black women.
Oh,
some
yeah.
there-
are just
Well,
bothered.
that's the thing.
Oh yeah,
They're just
yeah.
unhappy.
I
But that's
think
what
they're
I was pointing out.
hypersensitive to it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was pointing out.
Maybe that too.
I
They
think they're
are.
hypersensitive to it.
But it takes like celebrity moments and things like that for it all to be pointed out.
That's
That's the
true.
thing I like about
Yeah, that's
celebrity
true.
is that people can express because we look at them and we put them on this pedestal or whatever.
Well, they're
but now people
entertainment.
express. Now you can look at what they say about a person in that stature and like understand like you can get like a general consensus of like what people may feel about a certain thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's wild to me that they really feel that way though.
Yeah, and the big question that was for like the whole week was, can you be black, pro-black, and date outside of your race?
Yes.
That's what the main question was, and that's
Yeah,
when I was
yeah,
like,
you
what
can.
the-
Pro
what, is
black
the sky
does not
blue?
mean anti any other race.
Exactly.
No, this
That
is the
didn't make any sense.
I saw the perfect breakdown of it because I saw a video about this last week during the Donald Glover situation, and it was they were okay. Y'all said pro-black, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, pro-black. There's a difference between people are confusing pro-black and pro-equality. I think that's the biggest thing. So people who are 100% pro-black, 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, when you're fully authentically pro-black, you probably want to procreate with black people
Black
as
people,
well
yeah, yeah.
because that's how pro-black you are. Where
Yeah.
it's like not only it's like if you love yourself that much or black people that much, you probably want to see that in your spouse
Right.
and in your
Yeah,
children.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you're pro-equality, you could be pro-black and pro-equality, kind of.
Right.
Those kind of run in the same vein
Yeah.
where I'm going to fight for my people because this is wrong, but at the same time, I don't like I'm equal. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
to see each other as equals, but at the, you know what I'm saying? So even if I find love outside of my blackness,
I'm still going to continue to fight.
that's
for my-
completely
yeah,
okay because
yeah.
we're
and that's
equal.
normal.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I look, for instance, I dated a girl who was Mexican, and
As have I, sir.
yeah.
Cuban.
Oh, Cuban.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
A little
but she cared. But she cared
Stay
about
spice.
immigrate. She cared about the issues of immigration and the Dream Act and shit and like that. She cared about that stuff.
Yeah.
But never once did I hear her people going like, "Wait, can you be Mexican and care about the issues of Mexican people? But you're dating
Yeah.
a black guy. You
Yeah.
can't do
Yeah,
that."
yeah,
So
that's
that
what I'm
didn't. That's what I'm looking at it like. What she has to stop caring about the issues of her people because she's dating me.
black guy. Yeah.
No, but that's
That doesn't
true.
make
But
any sense.
it's only between. I think what we talking about with you about this. It's only between between like white and black that it's like that because like
Oh.
when it comes to any other race, you know what I'm saying, you don't lose your sense of that race from dating another person. It's only when you're like black or certain things that you may.
But even if she was
lose.
Hispanic, Donald
What I'm
Glover's
saying, what
wife,
I'm saying,
like,
what I'm saying is
it
like,
still would have been an issue.
right. What I'm saying though is like if it was a Hispanic person who dates outside their race, they're not any less Hispanic or any less Mexican.
Oh yeah, that's
You
true.
know
I
what
see
I'm
what you're saying.
Like
yeah.
if
We
I'm
act
Mexican
like
and I
we're
date,
less.
if I'm Mexican and I date a white person, I'm not any less Mexican for the person. Now, granted, I'm not in the Mexican community, so they may be saying the shit. But
Yeah, that's
for me,
true. That's a fact.
That's
We
a
don't
fact.
know
I'm
what
not
they're
in their
saying,
community,
yeah.
so they may be saying the shit. But for the most part, it's not as nationally broadcast or something that I don't see out there. No.
Well, I think that goes back to like the discussion of slavery and how they say like they systematically
Boom.
oppressed us and
Boom.
that they divided
Boom.
us.
What was I listening to the other day?
Yeah, there was like a quote they said like if you divide them by color, they'll blah blah
Right.
blah blah blah.
But there was
for
something I was listening
years.
to-
And
there's something
I
I-
think that's the issue.
Spike Lee pointed that out too
Yeah,
in
was
one of his college.
Was it the pocket? Was it there's something I listened to the other day and they were saying that the difference part of the difference is with other races and other cultures, they decided to be with somebody else and it was cool. The difference with us is like we're deciding to be with our oppressors or so and so. It's like
Yeah, that's why it's
That's why it looks
that's why
off.
it looks kind of off or whatever or something like that. They're saying like I can't. I'm not saying it correctly. I'm definitely not saying it correctly.
I know what you're
but
getting at.
I'm definitely not saying it correctly. But there's something I was listening to the other day, and pretty much they were saying it was like think about it back in the time when slavery just ended.
Yeah.
Saying shit would just end, and then like you got these black people and white people who were just going at this crazy feud, like crazy shit going on, and they're like forced to live in that same environment.
It was
with
Brilliant
each other.
Idiots.
Huh?
It was Brilliant Idiots.
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember what the conversation they
I
were
don't
talking
remember
about
either,
either.
but I do
like,
remember that conversation.
Yeah. But it was something along that line. It made me think.
Y'all had to hang out with the people. Y'all had to. All of a sudden, slavery ends one day. Now we expect you to get along the next day,
right,
and live together.
Well, I guess it was a separate topic, but it brought me back. It made me think about this just now. But yeah.
So, what do you think the main point that these black women in particular were trying to make? They're saying if you're going to talk about the issues, if you're a black man and you're going to talk about the issues of black people passionately, do not date outside of your race.
I'm be real. I don't think they were trying to make any point. I think they were just trying to make
It was
noise.
just pure anger.
Straight
and
noise,
nonsense.
bro.
I would agree.
Straight noise. Yeah,
Some
because
people are just unhappy.
yeah.
Okay, well then I guess that's all I just pointed out.
Some people are just, I mean, yeah, that's people in general. Like,
Yeah.
people can't be happy for other people if they're not happy with themselves.
Because I'm
That's
like,
just
these
fact.
women
That's
were
why
not
Puerto
going
Rican
after
hate
Donald
what.
Glover when
Yeah,
he
that's
was
a
just the nerdy kid in fucking high school and shit. Oh, now you want him?
That didn't wear deodorant and shit.
Yeah. So I didn't understand.
But
if you don't
What?
want him
what's
anyway.
the name? You know the colorism thing? I know that was something that they did with slaves.
Yes.
But that's something that's in most cultures, though.
Yeah.
Even in
Oh,
Hispanic.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
big in Hispanic culture.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Dark
yes,
skinned
because-
people
Yeah.
in
That's
every
true.
Yeah.
culture,
Yeah, so
dark
that-
skinned people are looked down upon.
Yeah, that's like
true.
yeah,
Maybe
that's
with
a thing.
Asians. Yeah.
That's the thing in all same with Asians, Indians.
Yeah.
A
Just
lot
people
of
don't like the
lot of
color
races
dark.
with color. Niggas is going ham.
Yeah, for real. Nah, it is a real thing. The colorism thing is a real thing. 100%.
But yeah, I just think it's funny, man. But then I do feel like when those like the topic comes up of like back to the original point, like black women are kind of hypersensitive, and I'm trying to figure out where the hypersensitivity is coming from.
Because I want to know.
Well,
I haven't heard.
We've heard it a couple times in that same form, but it's just like we haven't seen these niggas.
Like, are black men.
Like-
look, for instance, are
No, but I'm
black
talking
men
about
up
where
in
is this
arms?
hypersensitive? Well, not even sensitivity, but like where did this like start? Where do y'all feel like this has started? Because it's like
I don't
What
know.
started?
Like how
Like
did
just
you?
even.
because it's like when somebody does say why they date a black kid and they say black dudes will bash a black woman to justify why they're dating another race. I feel like the way they say it, every time I hear somebody use that as like the reason why they're going hard, they are so passionate about it. I feel like there was something huge culturally that I fucking missed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
there was. There
I mean,
wasn't
but it's,
though.
it's
But there
just
wasn't
offensive.
though. Oh,
It's
okay.
just
I mean, I think
offensive.
it's just one of those
You
things.
didn't miss
Like, if you
anything.
haven't been exposed to it, then you just don't think it's happening.
oh,
Like,
you know what it
it's
is
the same
too.
thing.
Yeah. We don't be up in rage when they be like, I'm gonna get a white dude either.
No, I was just gonna ask you, what are
We
black
don't-
men
we just be
saying
like,
about the
okay.
Serena
Okay,
Williams,
yeah.
Serena Williams, and who's the other one, Eve, and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Like, what I wanted to know is like, what are black men? How are black men feeling about that?
We don't
Anything?
care.
I have thoughts.
You have thoughts?
You do? I don't care.
Yeah.
They can-
I
they can
don't
date
care
whatever.
either.
I think. Well,
Personally.
no, I won't say it. I'll hold it.
Yeah.
No. Please
It could
say
be a
it.
continuation.
Please say it. No, fuck that. Say it right now.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, I know maybe why you think they would do it, but I'm just saying, just from a black guy's
Wait.
point of view, like, does it bother you on a core that Serena Williams
is
is
dating
dating
a white guy?
somebody outside the culture? Does
Not
that
me.
bother you on
I
a
don't think
soul?
it bothers me, man. It doesn't
I
bother
think
me
because I always think they're gonna come back. at some
Yeah,
point.
I'm. Well,
She
it's not even.
married
It's not even that I think that. It's not even.
There's
that I think
divorce.
that. I just think.
There's the thing is a
You
divorce.
fool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
I don't even think that necessarily. I just like I don't know, man. It doesn't bother me too
I don't
much.
think
like what you
anything of
like.
it. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
like-
anything
I think
of
people
it.
just-
especially because I'm coming from a perspective of being a nigga who's date different
You like
races
who you
before.
like.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
think
Like,
people
I've been
just
black,
really let,
white,
like-
Hispanic.
I think people really just let
Fucking
one
Moroccan,
situation from one person affect how they feel about the entire fucking race.
yeah, man.
That could very well be true.
Yeah, because
I-
Serena Williams, from now on, since she's married to a white guy, she could no longer talk about the gun violence against black people, huh?
yeah, well, I
Because
don't
she's
know.
dating someone white.
She's never really been
Psych.
a.
She did the Crip Walk at Wimbledon.
She's never been a
I didn't see
political
that. I
voice
wish I
though.
had.
She's never really. She's really never been a voice.
No.
Serena.
But I think he was.
No,
just
but I'm just saying
sarcastically,
generally,
yeah,
like if she
yeah.
just
Oh, yeah.
decides one day
Yeah.
to say something, it's like, oh, you can't say that because you're dating.
Nah, I
You know,
would
would
strip
that be an
power
issue?
away or
Yeah.
quote unquote strip that power away. I feel like you still have that right. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
you
you're
can't
still
care
black.
about your own people.
Like at the end of the
because-
day, we still all like. If I see you on the street, I don't know you. I still identify with you. Probably nod my head at you or say something to you.
Yeah.
Just because I identify with the same struggle that you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's always going to be there between black people. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
I
you should
only
at least have that.
And I only feel bad for the ones that don't do the nod.
Right.
I'll be like, boy, you a lost nigga.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But you know what? Most of the time, this is my opinion on pretty much both the people. You know what? I take that back. I have met these niggas before, but I think they
Really?
lost niggas, and I ignore them.
I haven't met him.
That's the thing. I
I
take it
haven't met
back. I have met these people, type of niggas.
Please
before.
enlighten me, bro, because I
They
have not
haven't
met him.
said it. No, I haven't had. I don't think they've ever fully come out to me and said, because the white women do this, black women do that. I've never heard them do that before, but I could tell by their lifestyle and how they move. You'd be like, bro, you lost, bro. Like you don't know
And he's
anything
stuck in
about.
place.
Like you don't know anything about like black culture. Like
Okay,
they're
so
lost
he's
niggas.
not even in touch with his own culture.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they're lost niggas in my book. I call them that all the time.
Okay.
I be like, these are lost niggas. You know what I mean? And then same with the women that I meet that do that. Like, you could tell the ones that are with white dudes because they lost themselves. They don't even know themselves. I feel like the ones who just they don't know it. They don't know themselves.
They don't
bro.
know.
Like, just like if you don't know yourself.
So
Yeah.
that so if you so with that thought process to put it out there as well, it's like you don't think you can know yourself and still date outside?
You can.
Oh, no.
You
You
absolutely
definitely
can.
can. You
Okay,
definitely
okay,
can.
so we just gotta
But
clear
we're
that
talking
up.
about the ones that are
Okay.
like doing the offensive bashing, or
Okay.
I think I have met them, but they've never done the bashing. But I just always they might have just been like,
I'm
Just-
so going like Clayton Bigsby right now.
yeah, but that was bashing though. Like, but I'm just talking about. I think they just be like everything in their life is like white culture, even though they're the darkest black person in the room.
Yeah.
And then
like they like. Being,
Yeah, and
they,
then
they
a lot of
denounce
light
their
bulbs going
own
up here right now.
culture.
yeah, you see what I'm saying?
No.
Lost niggas.
You
Don't say the name.
I'm not.
Whoa, you're gonna name drop?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
No.
those are like lost niggas.
Yeah.
And that's men and women. They're just those are the ones that are lost, and I think those are the ones that online would be the keyboard gangsters that say that.
Okay.
I can
That's
see
just-
that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking.
You know what
about.
I think?
Yeah.
Like the real issue is that
KGs,
I would
keyboard
actually.
gangsters, I like that.
Yeah.
I think what the real issue is that I would actually partake in
What?
is we would have to know. There's a difference between being open to other races dating. You know, like you would date someone of your own race, but you would also date other people. You know?
Right.
There's that, and then there's also being like a black guy who prefers white women.
Right.
Or
preferred
right,
is
right.
a hot
Prefers.
word to
That's-
use.
that's
the- yeah.
I think
Because
that's the
offensive
actual
too.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Boom.
true.
If
That's
Donald
true.
Glover
Boom.
preferred white women, that would be okay.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
that's
Why?
exactly.
Different conversation.
That would be
That's
the
the-
actual
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that
so
I would
that's the
actually
conversation
partake
to have.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the fact that he's just because he's expressed that he's attracted to. He was trying to, well, not trying to, but is she even black? No, she is.
Talking about the one
Big
Donald
Sean,
Glover's
the one
with?
that Big Sean is with.
She's
Oh,
half
yeah.
black.
Aiko?
She's half black.
Half
She's
black.
a quarter
Oh,
black.
okay.
half
All right. Well, they were
black.
being
got that right
rumors.
She looks more
thinking like
Asian.
me.
She does.
Yeah.
She got
looks
that right
more
mix for
Asian.
me.
But
though.
he's expressed
Yeah.
being. He even said on
have
the
it.
Breakfast Club. He
Got
even
that
said
fire
on the
mix.
Breakfast Club he would rather date someone black because he was like, I just want someone racist like me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because you know that comfort when you're with a black
funny,
person.
yo.
Because I was listening to a stand up from that Asian chick, Ali Wong.
Is
she
Her
funny?
old stage, she's funny as fuck.
Yeah, she's funny.
I started watching a
Hard-
new one.
raw.
I watched like 10 minutes and I was a
I
little
keep
upset.
seeing him pop up like on my like
Watch
suggestions.
the,
She's
watch
funny
the,
as- she's
yeah,
funny
no,
as
watch
hell,
the first
yeah.
one. The first one was funny, but she was like, she loves dating like. She said her husband is like a different race of Asian, but she was like,
Okay.
she wishes he was the same because it was like, then we could just be
They could-
racist together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then we
because
could
the
just be like-
Asians hate. Yeah, the other
Right,
Asians
right,
hate
right,
Japanese
right.
against
Right.
China,
That's true.
Chinese.
Right,
and
right,
shit.
right.
Yeah,
True.
they have
So
that
it's
shit
funny.
going
It's
on.
funny because I like it's not really to be racist, but it's like if you identify
It's
with a certain
comforting.
struggle,
This
it's
is literally what I
comforting to be
grew
able
up
to know
in,
exactly-
bro.
yeah.
Like I want to be able to go home and,
Yeah. Which
and
is,
we
it
don't have
makes
to
sense.
talk. We just on that
and
same.
crack my jokes.
Right,
and-
Yeah,
right, and it'll
yeah.
be good,
So-
and it doesn't mean anything.
I just want you to
it's
get
probably
it.
the same way white people feel too. Like you know what I'm saying,
That's
like,
true.
I don't feel
100%.
That's very
Like, I don't-
true.
And that's
they
why
get
I don't
together
s-
and they like they
wanna
probably
talk about
say
black
shit.
people? Yes,
Yeah,
they wanna
probably
talk
say
about
shit.
black
And then
people.
like, and even the ones that know they aren't racist, you know, they talk about shit about black people and
It's
they be
probably
like,
stereotypes
"Good,"
and
you know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
Everybody has that level like of where they feel about every race,
right.
and they want that in their partner.
In their partner,
Like,
Yeah.
And like you
If
don't
you
want
can
to
help it.
compromise. Like
Yeah,
if you
I mean, well, you could always help it, but
Yeah.
But I'm guessing maybe in his situation, he met this whatever she is, white or whatever. He
Yeah,
met this
whatever
chick.
she is.
They
Not
hit it.
black.
Yeah, they hit it off. he liked her, he liked him,
Right.
and maybe he was just
It
like,
could be
shit.
that simple, yeah.
Yeah, because what would you do? Like, you're meeting somebody, like, I mean, because I'm the same way. Like, I would rather marry someone black if I can help it, you know?
But you like who you like.
Yeah, because personally, like, the part that bugs me about, like, relationships is the meeting the family part.
Mm-hmm.
So
when it's not your race.
yeah,
When
it's
it's
not
in your
your
race,
oh, man,
cakewalk, man.
I've been in
when
a
it's your
couple.
race, it's a cakewalk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't mess
It's
up.
different when it's not your
Literally,
race.
as long as you're
It's
not a
different, bro.
deadbeat, you can. It's a
It-
cakewalk.
it's cakewalk.
Yeah.
Because see, look,
Yeah,
if she's
facts,
white, right?
facts.
If she's white, there's like, is her family going to be the good white people or the bad white
It's
people?
scary,
Or
And it's a 50-50 chance.
and then you got to think about what number you are coming home.
Coming in,
That's
yeah,
a different
yeah,
race.
yeah,
yeah.
You be like, am I the first
First black guy?
dude?
Yeah.
Or am I the 10th
Because
black
that would
dude?
change it too.
Right.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
it's going to be easier from the 5th to the 10th black dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If
Yeah.
I'm the first,
It's
we
gonna
all
be-
about to
it's
be
gonna
here
be
for
a
some
road.
shit.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
ride.
yeah, yeah.
You're gonna find out some things about your family you may not have known.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even if you think you knew. You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
fact. Yeah.
So
that's
if
a
her,
fact.
if she's black and I meet her family and they hate me, it's because I'm a fucking asshole.
Right.
It has
Exactly.
absolutely
Right.
nothing
It's
to do
all
with my
purpose.
pigmentation.
It's something
It's
that
all
you are
internal.
doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even if they don't like you that much, you know what grandma gonna say? At least he black, baby.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Silly.
I'm telling you.
You know what it is though, and this is what it is, yo. It's like black women are so powerful, bro. Like their voice is so powerful. They're strong people.
Right.
So it's if they say anything, it's gonna blow up, right?
Right.
So a black dude bringing home any race but black. Holy
Scary,
shit!
yo.
It's like you hear your mom and your
Yeah.
sister and your grandma immediately.
Yeah.
Like on date one, you're
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
You hear it. You
Oh, yeah.
know. You're like, all right, we got a bridge. You
Yeah.
think you have a bridge to cross?
Hey.
You have no idea what it's about to be like
Hey,
on this
so-
side. Like,
So there's only been a very few amount of women that's ever met my parents. I'm talking like
yeah, we're talking
3. You know what I'm saying? 3 women
got
ever met.
Yeah.
two.
And one of them
I
was
got
just
two.
a friend.
Oh,
So
shit.
that don't even count. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
One of them was just a friend. Like I ain't never done nothing with that girl. So
What?
yeah, I don't know what they doing.
They're on
there.
a
The
stare
face
down.
off of it.
So
Oh, that was popping.
He popped up at her. I mean, she did.
that was pop.
Yeah.
But she
It's just so cute.
I knew okay, so my sister married a white guy, right? Which it doesn't faze me. I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying?
You're not married to him.
But he's also like a brother to me, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's literally family, you know what I'm saying? Love him like a brother.
It's easier that way around too.
Yeah. So like that's
So
cool.
she
And
can't
my
talk
niece,
about black issues anymore.
No.
man.
No. That's funny as fuck. No, but it's funny because I remember when I brought home this black chick one time, you know what I'm saying, to my parents. We had a breakfast. We had like she came over, we had breakfast and stuff or whatever, and like we cooked breakfast. Everybody had just kind of ate as a family. Like
Yeah.
never had, it was like me, this girl, and my parents. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never done that before. Never ever. Like I just brought her over for breakfast. It was cool.
That's
You know what I'm
cute.
saying? And then like we went to chill
he
with
was
my
in there, her boy.
Yeah.
That's game right there.
And then-
take notes, listeners.
Yeah. yeah. Go
Brunch
ahead,
with the
use
family,
That was
get
for
it
me. Just remember
poppin'.
that. No. But then we went, and then we went to Charlotte because I was taking a trip out there, and she met my sister as well as my brother-in-law, blah, 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 my nieces and stuff, blah, blah, blah. So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw the look in my dad's eyes, my dad loved her, man. Yeah. My dad loved it. He was, he
Yeah.
loved it, man. He
Oh,
loved
yeah.
it. He loved it.
Oh, I
He
thought
loved
you
it.
were
And my
saying
dad
you
doesn't
hated
show
it.
any kind of emotion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
It
you were
never-
like, God damn, he
It was
fucked
like
with
that.
this.
You know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like bringing, just from that one instance, I'm like, I know if I were to bring not white, but a black woman home, like, even if they don't fully know everything about her just yet, they're going to give her a lot more of a chance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
You know what I'm saying?
lot
A
of
whole lot
chances.
more of a chance. Which is
Because she's one of us.
Yeah, which is crazy.
You ever brought a white dude home? Oh, you don't even know what it's like. I never.
I mean, my sister has.
Oh, what was that like?
It was
It was a little rough. How long?
He's dead now.
How long? How long until it like smoothed out? Like, were they dating for a long time to begin with?
never. But it's an interesting story.
Are they still together?
No.
Oh, but it never smoothed out.
No. For reasons we'll discuss later.
Oh, okay. got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all
Okay.
fair, huh?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Real
that's
juicy.
deep.
And it just
And
added
it's not.
extra.
And it's not my story to put
out there.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
We're not on
We don't want to
level
put her on.
Yeah, I just want to
Savage,
know if it ever smoothed out, and it didn't. So
No.
hey,
Yeah.
spicy on both ends, people.
You're so silly. I cannot. Y'all some fucking fools.
But I always thought
Niggas.
about like the levels of bringing home somebody outside of the race. If it's a good black girl, I mean, this is a cakewalk.
Easy,
Yeah.
easy move.
We don't
easy
even have
move.
to
And
think
it was
about
good
this.
black. Yeah,
Yeah, there's-
easy
yeah.
move.
Next
move.
level of easiness, Hispanic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that could slide.
It's Hispanic.
Yeah.
I think it can slide.
It's an
gonna
easy
go-
transition.
That's an easy transition. We understand each other very well.
Yeah.
Black
Because
and
we've gone through a
Hispanic.
lot of safe struggles.
Yeah.
I think after that would be
I don't know what's next, man.
Asian. Might be
It's
next.
not.
I wanted to say
don't
that,
know.
but I'm not sure, man.
It might be white
because
next,
with
because
that-
Asians,
That's the only thing left, right?
Asians is hard.
It's
Well,
kind of tough, man, because their parents they're about some
I don't
things.
know, man. Yeah,
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
it
Like,
might be equal. Shit.
you just gotta,
You
yeah.
never know.
I don't
Indians
know, man.
ain't
Hey,
rocking
it just
with
stops
that.
at Latinos, man.
They all the way at the end.
Who?
They all the way to the end.
Who?
Indians. I don't
Oh,
think they're that
Indians.
accepting of other people.
They're
And we're
kind
the-
of not.
We're the
No,
same
no,
goddamn
white is
color.
right to them. They want white. They
Yeah,
either
yeah,
want
yeah.
white or Indian.
But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I feel
That's
like. That's
Asian
what I
people
feel
too.
like.
Wait, but
That's how-
everybody
yeah,
who's
Asian people too.
overseas and shit. Yeah, that's what they do.
That's all I'm saying.
If you're gonna
Like, I'm
date,
not sure.
date up. Yeah,
so
That's crazy that niggas say that, and it's fucked up.
that's what they're gonna do. Yeah,
It's true.
like
Yeah,
look,
it's
I'm
crazy.
sure that parents would be like, look, if you're gonna date outside the race, date someone white. You know, I don't want a black ass baby.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Which is crazy.
which is
fuck.
just sucks, man.
Hey,
Smartest
man.
nigga out there, probably.
Yeah,
So
everybody
all
hate us, but they
you,
love our culture though.
Yeah, y'all eat up. That's the shit that
Because
makes
in
me
China,
mad.
I'm sure they're doing break dancing and shit and
Hell yeah,
hip hop and all that shit. Oh, but you don't want to bring one of us home, okay?
But yeah, man, that is the hey.
Heated episode.
That's
A
it.
good.
Yeah.
Hey, that was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good conversation.
That's
Yeah,
episode
facts.
58.
Facts. That was great.
I think we learned a lot today.
Oh yeah.
I
Javada's
still-
ready
oh,
to
yeah.
go.
Return to my
I see-
nigga
I see her
ways.
texting her, you know what I'm saying? Her pull up after this mission.
Pull up.
Why did you put me on Front Street?
He don't listen
I did
anyway.
Because that's where
not
Big
buy
Bird
property
is.
There.
Huh?
What's
I
his
did not
name
buy
again?
property. So, whoa.
That would have been funny if
you
she
didn't-
actually
you
said
didn't-
it.
Everybody start throwing out names.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a name she said before.
Shock. Yeah.
I'll play it.
Chance.
I feel attacked again.
Yeah.
Defend yourself. But we're going to be out of here, people.
Yeah.
This is the 3-0 Podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Facts.
And what do you think about all this shit? Put it in the comments
Yeah,
section.
let's talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts, man. It's a good conversation
And
to have.
Are you racist too?
And have you ever seen one of these niggas?
Have you seen these? Are you one of these niggas?
We out. Are you one of these niggas?
I hate y'all.